all those years, you're telling me.
No, there was.
I lost my little mic screen.
And you had to walk up. I've got all the stuff down there.
Because there was a shaft.
It has to be in your bed.
You just got to just close it right now.
I don't know what that big shaft was.
No, here's what I'm saying. So during the time the airport was in operation, you're claiming people had to walk how many floors?
Right now, that's
Well,
12 floors? I will guarantee that's not true.
If they went in from the bottom, they went up 12 stories. But the three-story building beside it did have an elevator, so you could go up that
No,
three
it's not
stories.
about the tower itself.
I've got the stuff
To be a
down.
control tower operator, you
Yeah.
had to walk how many for your shift? How many?
If you start from the bottom 12, if you went into the building, minus 3. 3 less.
You had to walk 3.
3 less. It's a three-story building below.
Yeah, no,
So you had to work 9 stories.
Yes.
Shut
At
everything
the
down,
police,
you know.
at the
I've got the
At
paperwork
the
downstairs.
Nope.
Go
I
out.
can't believe they
go out,
would allow a
go
federal
out.
control tower
And
all
you
that
don't
time
need me to
without
go
an
down.
elevator.
It says right on the stuff, it was
Nope.
ADA non-compliant, ADA.
Just like this, just like, I'm sure.
And I agree with
I'm going to
you.
ask controllers who work there.
I've got the stuff.
I'm going to ask people who actually work there.
Okay, good.
Yep, that's all you gotta do.
Let me go get it right now. Daphne, can I get back up?
All that counts is somebody who actually been there.
Not-
I don't care what
Do you
that
need
says.
a?
You know, I'll get it after the show.
I want to ask controllers who actually work there.
Okay.
Because I find it very difficult to believe that they would build a tower without an elevator.
We're gonna go to lunch there.
Dan, you read that stuff, right?
They
I
owe
went up there
us
when
us so much money.
It is a lot of money.
They owe me 12.5.
We'll go out
The
there.
landscaper 300. They owe the
Oh, really?
for 60.
Holy cow, I didn't know
It's
that.
about 900 is what I'm told.
We'll go after 'em.
An inside source told me. I can have these guys start calling in if you want. And we just kind of jump on it, however you want to handle it.
That's a change, right? Lunch
Yeah,
bill's a change.
they're doing this. The guy, my inside source said the guy from San Diego called and there's 900,000 owed out there that they're not paying.
Are they not as busy? Because it's like a sports bar
Well, he's
kind
just
of.
not paying.
They do like ping pong and
They got a 6-lane bowling alley in there.
Inside the tower?
Well,
Was it that
it's a lo-
big?
No, it's just
The
a
down,
No, on the 3-story lower thing.
yeah, the larger lower part.
And their offices are on the 3rd floor, right? And then that's where
And he said, oh, you finished my 3rd floor, then I'll pay you guys, and then pay just promises after promises, and they just don't pay.
Oh, we'll take care of it.
Yeah, I was in there when we were trying to buy that tower, like it's sort of what given to us in there, and of course that building is not remodeled yet.
Oh, Tom, somebody else walked up to me and said, were you the gal that was speaking at the fundraiser?
Honest to God.
Yeah, and then-
Shalene, have you looked her up?
Yeah, and then my girlfriend, we were at the wildlife place, and she goes,
I heard
oh my
you
God,
talk.
you're doppelganger. And I go, oh my gosh, you're like the 4th person that said something to me. And this is the first year I didn't go.
Comes from a narrow palate. You may have been told you need surgery. You do not
Shalene.
need surgery. Dr. Kent Lawson has pioneered new orthodontics.
If you look at her close, her face,
Do you want to do
she's
something?
not,
Switching back and forth?
she has a little bit, she's Italian, you know, but the look from, doing like this,
Yeah, that's what
she's heavier though.
I told Susan you said that.
Well, she is.
She goes, good. She goes, yeah, she is.
So let's hear, just let you know,
That developer.
try to keep these when they're out kind of like the same. So
Where is he
we'll
from?
switch back
He's
and
here.
forth from
And he started some
audio
restaurants years ago.
over the
He's got it,
So that camera there is
I
an
thought it was
audio.
more bigger than
Yes, okay. The reason Tom is so short here is because
So we'll have, I'm
there.
gonna have some good
He
nature
gets
fun
up and
with
starts
stuff. I'm gonna
walking
ask
around
people who
now.
work there.
So
Okay.
his head is always getting covered by that.
Hey, Dan?
That's why
I'm sorry.
it's kind of short there.
Or you started taking notes here, I don't know if you did, but.
Oh, no, I
But like I said, right now,
Okay,
and like I say, switching cameras and stuff, it's just going as easy as like here, you hit number 4 there, there's Suzanne. And this here is the one that's on the camera. This is just up in queue. So if I want to, and or I can go like this, like that, and then just switch it over like say for Suzanne. And so that's where I go back to Facebook just to see, make sure everything was good. You know, that's it.
okay guys, we're up. Hello, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. We are here solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints. All you have to do is call 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Now, there are times you can get into the show and get right on the air, in the beginning and at the end. And I'll let you know in the middle when we jam up. I'll always let you know when a line is open. But what is the show all about? It's about helping people. That's what it's about, helping people. This hour brought to you by Fix It 24/7. But right now, what I want to tell you is if you have a problem, question, or complaint, you ever wonder, what the heck am I going to do? Where am I going to go? You're not going to hire an attorney most of the time. People have come to accept ripoffs almost and being treated like crap. Even so much as a restaurant, you go and somebody treats you like garbage, you figure out, what the heck, you chalk it up. You go to a retail store, you buy something, it's a piece of junk, you try to take it back, the guy says, hey, it's under warranty, go to the manufacturer. You said, I just bought it 30 minutes ago. They say, who cares? You hire a guy to come to your house. He does lousy work. You can't get a hold of him. You put money down. The guy never comes back. How many times does this happen in a day? You buy something, it's not what you thought it was. Somebody does work, and it sucks. You don't like the way you've been treated. You know, there really is nowhere to go except here. Even, you know, your so-called people on TV who want to help you, they go after the stories once in a while, the big stories, but what do they do for the everyday aches and pains? The things that tick you off and the things that make you tick. That's what we do here. 303-713-TALK. And all you have to do is call. So if you know someone in trouble, we talk about any transaction. It can be with giant corporations. It can be people to people. It can be neighbor to neighbor. It can be a neighborhood dispute. It can be a major corporate battle. It can be problem with an airline, with a retailer, wherever, ever there is a transaction, even if money is not involved. Give us a call. 303-713-TALK. And 24/7, you can call 303-MARTINO. There. We're live on Facebook, live on YouTube, and I'm ready to take your calls now. Fix It 24/7 is ready to come to your home. I did something. I pulled a fast one yesterday. Fix It 24/7. Truly, for what they do, this clean and check costs about maybe normally $130 or more. Seriously, the time they spend at your house, up to 2 hours or more, and they take apart your system to the extent they can when it comes to the furnace and the blower motor and all of the burners. Literally would take them out, adjust them, clean them. It's like refurbishing your entire place with new filters. Now, here's the deal. It's usually $39 at their very, very special. And yesterday I said, hey, $24.95 if you mention Martino, but only for the first 10 callers. And they were mildly amused. And they said, if I did it today, they would be ready. They did it yesterday. I didn't give them warning. I gave them warning yesterday. I'm going to do it again. The first 10 callers, $39, $24.95. It's unbelievable the service you get. And if anything's wrong with it, by the way, they're not going to try to slam you into it. They will tell you exactly what's wrong with it. If there is anything, give you a written report. But the bottom line is that the purpose is to make sure your furnace is in great condition to support the air conditioner and for next season. So call Fix It 24/7 right now. First 10 callers, 720-526-3939, 720-526-3939. I want to talk to Anthony. He has a comment on saving money. Hello, Anthony. What's happening?
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
First of all, I agreed with a couple things with you yesterday. I have a rental, and I always pay people to mow my lawn and trim the grass. And I don't know why a person renting it out to somebody would not do that.
Well, and just to fill people in, I talked about when landlords put a clause in the contract that says that the tenant is responsible for landscaping. You're begging for bad landscaping or for things to die. They don't care. They really don't care, especially if they're paying for water. You need to hire someone to take care of your lawns in your yard, and it'll keep the value of the home up, and you don't lay it on the tenant, and maybe if you ask a little more for rent, you build it in. What else, Anthony?
The other thing I agreed was I built my sprinkler system 21 years ago. I put my dad's in about 25 years ago. We have never blew those out with the compressor. I don't know about the new valves and stuff you're talking about, but I've never had problems with, and I live in Colorado Springs. I mean, I've never had a problem with things freezing. It's just a matter of putting enough drains in and stuff.
And,
so that
and
one guy yesterday
also,
was kind of nuts.
the guy said it's impossible to build a sprinkler system that self-drains properly. And I said the ones I lived in, they were put in a gentle, and I mean a gentle slope, kind of like a ground drain, a gentle slope from the zones closest to the house to the zones further out, and there were drains on the ends of the zones. And he says, impossible. But it's not impossible. People do it all the time. Mark Szymanski's an expert around the house. He has, of course, Genesis Total Exteriors and interiors. In fact, he hired a guy for his entire interior division. And they do, of course, those insurance quotes all in one because they can do everything. But, Mark, have you ever done sprinkler systems ever in your life?
I mean, no, I'm my own house. But
yeah. Do you drain and blow yours out?
No, and I live in Evergreen, so I only drain. I just open up my valve and
drain.
It all drains.
Now,
and you know, again, if you don't have a lot of water in the line, you're not going to freeze.
Right. Now, Anthony, the thing about valves we talked about. Most everyone is getting away from the what is the old-fashioned valves called? What are they called?
Gate valves.
Gate. Thank you. Gate valves. They're getting away from gates and going to quarter turns or to ball valves. Yeah. Ball valves, because it has that little ball with the hole in it, and if you looked inside it, and when you quarter turn it, it closes and it puts the hole opposite the flow of the water. But what everyone said is you need to get full gauge. Or full bore, whatever they call it, full.
Right. Yeah.
Because if you get a gate valve, the hole can be smaller and restrict water. If you get, a ball valve. So you want to make sure the ball valve has a big enough hole in the middle so it doesn't restrict flow. And ball valves are the only ones that truly stop and don't leak over time, whereas gate valves leak over time, and they're not efficient. And somebody told me gate valves are truly going away. And you don't really need them, because most of the time where there is a valve, like a gate valve, you want it on or off. And I was mentioning, well, what about hoses if you want to meter the flow? And as it was aptly brought out to me later on, well, Tom, you know, the nozzles on the hose, you can meter the flow. You turn on your hose full bore, and then you meter it at the nozzle end, which is true. So I don't think there's any reason at all to have gate valves. Somebody said they're going away. Do you have any other tips for us, Tony, as a landlord, as a businessman? Any more tips?
Yeah, one more thing I would suggest. I believe that businesses should earn your business. I'll tell you what's a business within a business. All these companies that now charge $50 just to come give you a bid, I think that ultimately increases the price for consumers, because if you have free bids costing you $150, sometimes you need more than 3 bids.
I don't know anyone who charges for bids.
I've never
charged.
Goodness,
I live in Colorado Springs, and I cannot believe just to get a carpenter or even an electrician or somebody out, they want to charge like $50 just to come look at your stuff. And then, of course, they'll discount that $50 off
if
the
you take,
quote they give you, but then they give you these really high quotes. And
if it takes a long time and it takes work, like with automobile shops, I always get that argument. Why should I have to pay for an estimate? Well, sometimes you do, because they have to tear it open, especially when it comes to transmissions sometimes. Now, a good transmission shop can give you an idea what it's going to cost, all right? And then what they'll do is they'll give you the idea, and then they'll say, okay, if we're wrong, we'll put it back together and not charge you. If we're right, we do it. Or if it's more, you can give us consent at that time. There's all different ways of doing it. Do you ever charge Mark for anything? Mark Szymanski, Genesis Total Exteriors?
Never.
Okay,
and, some of our estimates,
can it get ridiculous?
Oh, yeah, some of our estimates.
Detailed.
One was just an interior, and it's like, and the customer keeps going back and forth, and it just got to the point where I said, just stop it.
You did one for me, an estimate. You took a lot of time. I didn't do the work on that particular one because I didn't buy the unit. But yeah, and
it takes a lot of time, but we still don't charge for those. No, never.
All right. And did I give the number out for Fix It 24/7 for the first 10? I think I did, but 720-526-3939. I just wanted to make sure I did that because it's only $24.95. Jeff, what's going on? What's happening with you, Jeff?
Hey, Tom.
Hey, man.
So, I was working for I'm not going to tell you who I was working for, but a local municipal government.
Okay.
Since July of 2005. And got promoted to one of the law enforcement divisions as a civilian supervisor. an incident occurred where I was accused of some wrongdoing.
Like what kind of wrongdoing? Like what area of wrongdoing?
Turns out the investigation that was done very negligently.
But what kind of wrongdoing though, Jeff? Was it in the realm of sleeping on the job, stealing, sexual harassment? What area?
Some items had disappeared from a certain location and then reappeared later.
Okay, so it was suspicion of theft.
No, it was actually for a deceptive act. They said that I lied I lied to an investigator
about where it went.
Yes, and how it reappeared.
So that's
they assumed that I did this, and I was ultimately terminated last July.
So Jeff, they assumed that you were trying to steal something, and when it was evident you were going to get caught, you made it reappear.
That's correct.
Okay. Now, what proof do they have?
They didn't really have any proof. They had witness statements from two people that were supposedly gave me these items.
Okay. Now I need to know, Jeff, what we're talking about if you want some help, because then I know where to direct you. Hold on. Just think about it, okay? Really, it's better if we know, like, shovels were missing or a barrel of this, or if you can get more specific, it would really help us. 303-713-TALK. And if you have any questions at all about home improvements, I mean the down and the dirty, the behind the scenes. Really, what does this cost? Why does this happen? When do we do this? Are permits really important? Are there times you can sneak by without a permit? When do you actually need a permit? Can homeowners pull permits for contractors? Is it just a way to get around the licensing deal? Is it a bad idea to do? Any of these issues you can find out about. Just call and ask our guy here today, Mark Szymanski, Genesis Total Exteriors. Now, let's talk about Become the Banker. Because they're having the seminars this week, I'm pushing it hard because I want people to learn the truth about this investment. It is for everyone. I'm not saying everyone should do it, but it's something that is safe and secure and conservative. Not get rich quick, but it can help you build wealth by simply overfunding life insurance. That's what it is. But this life insurance is not ordinary. It's the lowest life payout you can get for the maximum cash value. Just the opposite of what other guys try to sell you. They sell you crap insurance for as much as they can get from you. This is just the opposite. The cost of insurance is low. You get as low as you can on a death benefit for the highest yield of cash value, and you purposely pump money into it. You make your own premium, make it high, and then that puts money away because the government lets it grow tax-free. Then interest you pay yourself when you borrow from it instead of using a credit card, that interest also grows tax-free. It's a great way to save. It's a great way to have a non-qualified plan that still is tax-free. You borrow from it in ultimate retirement and never pay it back. The death benefit pays it back. It's a great deal. BecomeTheBanker.info. At least look at the video. And I invite all feedback, positive or negative. Let me know what you think. BecomeTheBanker.info. Please, I'm depending on you to shoot holes in it, okay? Because I find it to be wonderful. Also, call the number if you're interested, 303-779-6600.
This report is brought to you by...
Where did you find that out? From my inside source. Because I've been there, and there's an elevator tower going all the way up. Now, it may not have been ADA compliant. Maybe it was too small to fit in a wheelchair. But there was an elevator to the top. I'll show you the stuff that I pulled off the line. I mean, I was there. I was like, yeah, I know.
Okay, we got a controversy, Dan. Where do you stand? Let's have some good-natured fun. He's saying that tower, you had to walk a minimum of 9 floors and sometimes 12 floors. Okay? And
what did you think?
Szymanski has an insider who said he remembers it went all the way to the top, and it was an FAA tower. What do you think?
Oh, like say, after you showed me that, and I'd actually done research, it just doesn't say at the time that it was a tower. All the research that I did either didn't say that there wasn't an elevator, but it looks like
it doesn't say there wasn't, but it doesn't say there was, except he talked to someone who worked there.
I was there, and there's an elevator shaft
all the way to the top.
All there is.
Yeah. Where does it come out? Because when I went upstairs, I didn't see any door or anything that an elevator could come out. Yeah, it's right
I mean,
Do you mind if there's a
So Lynn doesn't
Sure,
want
no
their
problem,
number.
no, because I pulled a bunch of stuff last
You
night.
must have friends in
Their,
here, right?
Yeah,
email.
from time to time.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, because we,
And I
you know, I
showed
went,
them
I went up
when
and
he was
down
there.
and
Yeah,
walked up
and
to,
we
and then we get up there and God, it's full of asbestos, we just said no.
We're gonna need to change
And
it.
it shows, it's got that spray on lumpy
303
Yeah.
713.
Yeah, we would have to disturb it, take the cab off.
So what's that tower that's out in the field over there?
That's
If you
another
have their
cab that
number,
came from,
Suzanne can call them.
Stapleton.
Are they selling? Just tell the landscaper.
They were using it for temporary operations now.
Because I can also give you that number.
I know,
don't
they
have
sell it
it.
in the back of a truck.
Come on.
Oh, yeah.
They've used it for temporary
Honest
operations.
to God.
Best
Yeah, they use, you know, they may have been using it while the other was under
So he
construction.
doesn't want the name.
I wonder if you could pull that up on a crane and have
He,
people in it.
when
I
Tom
don't
talks,
know.
he wants
It
Tom
was,
to say
you know,
Denver.
Front Range never deserved to have a beautiful airport.
Denver.com. Just because he thinks
I
when
wish they
people
would have
driving,
one. We should try to
so
do a
I think the
big
phone
air
number
show.
on there is
That
fine.
deserves to be there. We
Because
used to have a
he's
big air
doing
show.
that
Yeah.
for people that are driving the
You know, the
vehicle.
problem was,
Oh,
they had nowhere to sit. They had blackouts. They never accommodated.
Okay, I'm gonna go do some
No,
work.
and they,
I will come back.
They don't have
I got your back. So
They've got airspace problems because of
you
the
want, as long as you have all.
they're under that DIA thing.
Okay. I just wanted to know how to take everything
They
apart.
still have some air shows.
You really just
Yeah,
got,
but
the
the
big
jets
thing
and
there
stuff now,
is
they
it just
don't
makes
have
it
that.
easier if this cord comes out here and I just wrap it up in a circle and put it here, and that's
You
why.
have 100,000 operations a year for 3 years in a row to get a control tower.
Yeah.
They never got above 50. It's not a base manned, it's privately manned.
Is that how county is?
Want anything?
Eventually.
Like 11?
Yeah.
Well, because they don't have 100,000 operations, they had to pay for the tower themselves too, with no FAA help.
Come on.
They,
But they get runway help.
yeah, they get all that, but they never got to 100,000. They got about to
They
50,000.
want to grow. Was Tennessee good?
Dennis was good, but he kept trying to turn Front Range into Centennial, and Front Range needs to be a cargo airport. It's right next to DIA. We need to pull the cargo stuff over to Front Range. They've got the room for it, they've got the runways for it, and they've got everything. But that would really, yeah, there's a new place coming in, $60 million grant that builds this engine. It's a combination jet engine, rocket engine, for the space.
I know they've always wanted to make it a spaceport.
Yeah, well, that company is coming to Front Range, $60 million grant.
For real.
For real. Look it up.
Where are they going to be?
I don't know yet.
Will that help you for it?
That'll help give them some income. So they
But what about
they got
operations?
$81 million from Denver County when DIA was built.
Why?
Because Denver's a city and county of Denver. So all that land that DIA is on now become Denver County.
They sold it.
Well, they sold them. They sold them. The county gave up their rights to be in that county. They didn't sell it. The county didn't own the land.
But
climate change is real.
Yes, most of the Penny family in Texas owned the land. They bought the land up. That's why they put it out there.
oh, come on.
Yeah,
That's downright crooked.
it is. It was. It was.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, K&H Home Solutions for your home. This show, even the commercials, are all about saving you money and helping you. K&H Home Solutions. And that's why everything here is transparent. I mean, you can tell me about any feedback on any sponsor at any time, and this is the only show that does that. That's why we have the referral list, and we proudly have these commercials. K&H Home Solutions, I've known these people for the entire time I've been in Denver, 40 years. They were in business 62 years. I knew the original owner, who has since deceased, Henry, and now I know Ted Rowland, the owner. And they have a beautiful product right now, Everlast siding, lifetime durability, waterproof, color fast, in a wide palette of colors, in a rich cedar texture and feel. And it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. They have a spring special, $6,200 off your siding purchase. Okay, $6,200 off in honor of the 62 years in business. You'll add value to your home, and you'll add beauty to your home. Give them a call, or better yet, make your own appointment online. The number, if you want information, is 303-421-7100. But the website's better, khwindows.com, khwindows.com. Okay, now, let's talk. Mark Szymanski's here. Joe's got a question for him. Go ahead. Joe, what home improvement question do you have, sir?
Hey, I want to, I'm thinking about finishing my basement. And I guess I have two questions. I can't afford to do it all now, but I know what I want the basement to look like. Should I hire somebody to develop the plan from which a contractor should work from? And if so, how much should I expect that plan to cost?
So, yeah, I mean, it's best to get drawings first. You know, we have recommendations for architects that you can contact. They'll come out and do drawings for you. But we need drawings like that to bid the project.
Everyone does, right? Even if you're doing it yourself and you want to do a material takeoff.
Right, and if you're going to pull a permit, which you need to do, you have to do, then you should have those drawings because the county needs them also, and the city.
So no matter what you're doing, even if you're going to do it yourself, unless you're trying to do it completely off the books, of course, we don't recommend that for home value, but you do drawings. Now, do they have to be engineered?
No, they do not.
Okay, and a designer can do them then.
A designer can do them.
Can you do them?
We're not a design build.
But can an owner, I mean?
Right, an owner can do it. They can sit there and take that to the county. And
but don't they have to show code compliancy?
Right. And again, and a lot of that comes out, and they'll have to like write special notes, and the county or the city will stamp the documents like, we want to see this, we want to see this.
Now,
and these are the steps you want to take when you're doing your
if he wants to do it in stages, what are the logical stages where a contractor could come in and not throw his hands up? If he wanted to switch contractors or do some himself, what would you do very first after the drawings?
After the drawings, then you're going to go do
you fur it out, frame it?
You do your rough framing
first.
Yeah, then all your mechanicals come after. Your mechanicals, your electrical, any kind of plumbing. All that goes next.
What's next?
Right, and then after all those pass, then you're going to start hanging your drywall.
Okay, then you get your drywall up.
Right,
and then what?
And then you get to paint it and lay flooring and things like that.
Okay, so Joe, go ahead with your question, sir.
So that answers a lot. How much should I expect those drawings to cost?
I mean, depending on how big it is, anywhere from $1,500 to $4,000.
Wow. Okay.
Isn't it so much? Doesn't it usually like per square foot? I thought, or
yeah.
Not?
I mean, you know, and there's so many new architects in town. I mean, they're just everywhere now. But they all seem to be busy too, though.
We used to have a great designer, Tony, on our list. Suzanne, do we have designers on our list anymore? I know we have Design Build who do their own, but do we have any designers? The guy Tony, I'm sorry, Tony, I'm not thinking of your last name, but feel free to call in. You used to be on our list. Maybe you can look it up, Tony.
Sherrick?
No, not Sherrick. Sherrick was is landscaping and some construction, but but no, I don't know. But maybe he's listening and call in. But Joe, make sure though when you get these plans, you get a price up front. Don't let them do it by the hour.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
And
I mean, your architect. Whoever you hire will tell you.
Do I have to use an architect?
No.
No, you don't have to.
A designer is fine, but because you're not building something that's load-bearing or structural, if you change the structure, it has to be stamped by an engineer. For example, let's say there's a load-bearing wall above and there's a beam, and you want to change it by putting in you want to put in a pillar, or what do you call them, a post.
A post.
And so you can cut that beam and do something else and do a coffered ceiling. I'm just thinking out loud, but something like that, if you change anything structural, that's when you would need an engineer.
And you do have to hire licensed electricians and plumbers and
yeah, if you do it on the books with the permits, you do have to have licenses and permits. If a homeowner pulls a permit and he wants to do the electrical and he has a friend who's an electrician, I know it gets sketchy.
It gets sketchy. You can do it.
But you can if he helps.
Yes.
As long as you take the responsibility.
Right. And then the county comes and looks at your work and says, well, no, you need to change this or that. You know. So.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Mark Szymanski's with us. And we're talking about, home construction and more. Anything you want to talk about, okay? Now, we have one line open, 303-713-TALK. Patrick, our project kid, the one who had a failure to launch, he's been late in life, he suffers from a little depression, had trouble holding jobs and all this, and we've encouraged him, had him come in, we're coaching him, he has a job, if he keeps it, he gets a bonus. We also give him advice along the way. he had a promissory note proposed by an insurance company who is subrogating a claim because he didn't have insurance. The state is telling him, before you can have your license, you must first get an SR-22 showing you have insurance. And an SR-22 is basically a form between the insurance company and the state to make sure you're compliant. Then you must reimburse any damages you've caused when you did not have insurance. That's where this promissory note came in, proposed by Liberty Mutual. And I said, before you sign anything, you let me see it. I want to make sure that the collector is not ripping you off. Patrick.
Yeah.
So what's going on?
I was just checking to see if you were able to take a look at that document.
I did. I looked at it word for word. I'm not going to give you legal advice, but I'll talk to you as if you're my brother or as if I was signing it. Okay?
Okay.
I like it. I can't believe how simple and eloquent it is, and it does not take a penny of interest from you. They're taking the subrogated claim, they're dividing it up and letting you pay it off. I think they're being kind to you.
All right.
So, if you have the notion to do this, go ahead. Now, I'm only saying this not because I'm encouraging it, but I must tell you all options. You also have the option, and I'm not encouraging this, but if you're buried in debt, you have the option of bankruptcy. That gets rid of that, and then it would not impinge you from getting a license because that would technically be discharged. However, it's not necessarily something you do, but sometimes when people, listen, they need to learn a lesson, they lost their job, or someone like you who just needs a fresh start, that is an option. Again, I am not saying do it, I am saying it is an option, and that's why it's there as an option, okay? So if you know, and that's why we say wink and wink, because they're not going to judge you, they're going to do that. Winkandwink.com, 303-410-1720, by the way. But here's the deal. If you want to pay it off, do the honorable thing that way. Not that bankruptcy is dishonorable in some circumstances. I know it can be, but not always. Now, if you want to pay it off, this promissory note doesn't look bad to me. How about that? 303-713-8255.
Patrick, how's your injury, Patrick?
What? Oh, yeah, Patrick, you mentioned you had an injury on the job, and we were trying to encourage you not to stay injured, but at the same time, if it's not really hurting you, you know, you should be able to file a claim. And the guy said, he said no, right?
Yeah. So I got evaluated by a doctor at my school.
Okay.
They were thinking it's tendinitis, I should say.
Really? Oh, tendinitis, right?
Yes.
From what? From what?
She didn't give me a definite answer, but it sounds more like a repetitive motion injury.
Okay, repetitive motion injury. And injury that you just got from this job?
Yeah, because it didn't hurt prior till last Saturday.
What are you thinking of doing?
I actually got evaluated, and I actually went through, I'm not sure if you heard of them, but McDivitt Law Firm.
Yeah, I've heard of them. Now, what did you go to them for? A workers' comp claim?
Yeah, they're helping me file a workers' comp claim.
Okay, if you truly were injured and you think you can do something, again, Patrick, any stage in your life we have someone, we would have recommended Enton Law because we know him. I'm not saying McDivitt's bad, but, you know, listen, just because a firm advertises a lot on TV doesn't make them great. Cliff Enton, if you want to get a second opinion, Enton Law. And you can't be fired for filing workers' comp claims. However, they can find ways to get rid of you. I don't care what you say. And they don't have to hold your job open. Now, I want to ask something. Szymanski here in the construction biz. Are you guys allowed to know what the previous claims were of a guy?
I mean, I guess I've been fortunate enough. I've never gone down that path. But I know what you're saying.
There are people that chronically file claims. Yeah. I wonder if an employer can ask about that. They probably can. All right, we have to take this break. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Speaking of personal injury, if ever you are injured for any reason, I mean any reason, and you need an opinion, just like, hey, what do you think? That's all. Is somebody responsible? Is it worth going after? Do they have anything? What if I do it myself? Is small claims court an option? What do you think I should do here? What should I do about my car? What should I do about this, that, or the other thing? Any question. John Fuller is available. He is free, really, as advice because of his association with the Troubleshooter. You call and say, hey, listen, Tom told me I could call you. I need to know what happened. I was on my motorcycle, blah, blah, blah. He loves listening. If you're injured and you have any questions, John Fuller, Fuller Law, and if you need him to take the case, he doesn't charge except if he collects, and it's a small percentage of that. 303-597-4500. If you have any questions about the legal part of that, call him, 303-597-4500. That's, and his website, personalinjuryco.com.
I remember hearing Patrick said he has pain in the back of his knee.
I thought it was in the knee.
Huh?
I tell you what,
I don't know what the hell.
he does not listen.
No.
To anybody. This guy takes off on his own. That's why I wanted to see. He goes to a freaking law firm. Holy cow!
He's chronically.
This guy has got more than.
He doesn't do anything we say.
Well,
we say come to us with everything.
Exactly. You're exactly right, Tom. And then he just goes off and does something there.
And it's almost always wrong.
Absolutely.
If that's in the back of his knee, somebody I know heard the show and they said he has.
Well, we can't medically
I know,
diagnose,
but they said
come on.
99% of having tendonitis in the back of the knee.
Well,
that's what he said it was.
But what difference does that make with what the asshole said?
Because they said that the problem is almost not going to be paid in local count is tendonitis.
Well, if it's because of repetitive use of it.
What's he do repetitively?
But here, what I'm saying, this is where
shelves, I think.
This is a great example. Hold on, this is a great example of me not being an asshole, but having to set something straight. If he said he had something in the back of his knee, for us to diagnose it as tendonitis and then go a step further and say, don't bother with workers' comp because they don't pay for tendonitis, that's not our business. Our business is saying, oh, it sounds like, this or that, or, go and find out this. That's the part we don't do. We don't try to figure out what injury they have and then tell them whether they should or should not file. We say, hey, don't jeopardize your job, or make sure you don't get fired, or watch out for this, or watch out for that. That's the only time I get touchy, is when we try, oh, didn't he say it was in the back of the knee? 9 times out of 10, that's tendonitis. Fuck that, we're not doctors.
Well, that was just...
I understand that. But then you say, but you went one step further. If it's tendonitis, it's not going to be covered. Well, that's not true. It could be covered. So that's the only part I don't want to do, is I don't want to be the final judge and jury. I don't mind saying, by the way, in most of the cases we heard, they don't cover this or they don't cover that. But the problem with this kid is he doesn't fucking listen anyway. But
it's so frustrating. You got a lot of people following him, because 3 people I know call me every time.
No,
he's on.
I say suck it up, Buttercup.
Yeah.
Unless it's so freaking bad that you're... What, right, Mark? I mean, you had a worker and stuff that has...
But you're not allowed... Well, you've hired people. Are you allowed to ask about it?
I never have. I never even thought that.
He works at part. I don't know if you knew that, Mark. He works at a parts store. So
is he delivery?
No, he's just stocking like shelves and doing that. Lifting and maybe doing a little test over here on something that comes in, whatever. But it's nothing like what you guys are doing. Hauling stuff out, walking over uneven territory.
Dan, he must be for good radio though, because like I say, the 3 people I know that listen are out of state. Call me every time he's on. Every time I get something on my phone.
But you know what? Why? Because they know probably another kid like that says, "How the hell do you get people to?"
I've got the.
But that's what he said. Every time you say, Tom, you tell him to call us if there's anything up. He did that freaking car.
Yeah.
And now he does. Talks
I got to get him out of that thing.
And this here, and he goes to a law firm. I tell you what, he's gonna get fired.
Yeah.
Now he might make May 1st and get his bonus. He's going to get fired.
My throat's going.
Yeah, you can tell it.
You sound like you got a cold.
No, I had it. I'm on the down. I'm getting better, I thought.
When I first walked in this morning, you sounded rough.
So I have DAP bring up some diatomaceous earth.
What do you do?
Actually, Suzanne's.
I've never heard of taking it, but
No. Suzanne says she was the only one that didn't get sick in her household.
You know, I never met you. I've been here. Yeah, you've been here once. Oh, I have? Okay. My memory's getting old. That's where the stairway is, right?
Yeah,
the zigzag stairway.
There's a stair, and I think there's the elevator shaft up there.
It's yeah, no,
There's
kind of
there's food grade.
So
that's only stuff you should be eating, food grade. Only
what
stuff.
else?
Filtering pools and stuff.
That's what I remember it
Yeah,
from.
my pool in California, I did that. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but it's a good
The
filter.
lighted stairway.
But you have to do the food grade, otherwise
The stairway's lighted.
I just tried, I made this thing, you ever heard of fire cider?
I found several things on him talking about walking up these damn 12 stories. He says right here, retired aircraft Mike.
No, you said that before.
So also he walks up the staircase to the top of the old Staples car in Denver. Looks just like it did then, Culture said after popping up the
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 703-8255. If you ever get in trouble because you drank and drive, you deserve what you get. You really do. But even if you want to take what you deserve, you need someone to go through the system, seriously. And that's where Joe Lazara comes in. So if you drink and drive, you deserve what you get. Now, what if you drink and drive and you're on the edge and you're not really intoxicated, but the roadside went wrong or something? The officer did something wrong, and maybe you're not guilty. Well, then you need Joe Lazara too. So no matter what it is, you need Joe Lazara. Guilty, innocent, or in between. First of all, really, most rides around Denver are $10 or less for Uber or Lyft. I don't know why you would ever risk drinking and driving. Anyway, Joe Lazara, if you need a defense attorney, and I hope you never do, Joe Lazara on my referral is 303-429-6200. Josh, we have lines open, 303-713-TALK. Josh, what's going on? Josh?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's happening? It's a little noisy, but I can hear you. Now, I encourage everyone. Yes, go ahead, sir. If you're on a cell phone, I encourage everyone, drive with your knees and don't use Bluetooth. Take both hands on the phone. I'm just kidding. Okay, truly I'm kidding. Josh, what's going on with you, man?
Hey, I live in Golden, Colorado, and of course it's Colorado.
Yeah.
I live in my camper. There's an RV park right there, right off Colfax. It's called Golden Terrace RV Park.
How long you been doing that?
I've lived in my camper for about 8 years now.
No fooling, Josh. I know you didn't call about that, but it's fascinating. What happened? Did you just find yourself homeless one time?
No, I used to travel a lot with work, and I just found out that camper life is just as simple as an apartment.
And it's just you?
Yep, just me.
Now, do you drive that as well, or do you keep it parked?
I got a fifth wheel, so I can go anywhere I want.
But it must be rough with dating. Want to go back to the fifth wheel? I don't know, a little weird. Anyway, so Josh, what's the problem, man?
They opened up this new bar next door. It's called Mad Dog's Bar.
Mad Dog, okay.
And I don't have a problem with them opening up the bar, but they have a big old patio they built outside.
Uh-oh, you're talking a lot of noise, right?
Oh, their music, they played their music until almost 10 o'clock last night.
But aren't there noise ordinances?
You call the Golden Police Department, and they come up and they look at it, and they don't really do nothing.
Well, sometimes it's not a violation. Sometimes it is. It depends on where you are, and it depends on what time it is. Are any other people in the area that would be complaining as well? Sometimes when you have more than one, like, are there people living there?
Oh yeah.
What do they say?
The noise is just tremendous. I mean, you can't include your kids.
What I'm asking, are you the only one complaining, or do other people complain?
No, other people do complain to the cops, because they were called before I even complained about it last night. They were already up at the bar 2 times.
Well, and nothing happens?
No, they say their decibels are within standards, and they have rights to pretty much keep the patio open at all times.
Do you know that you can sue privately for noise
pollution and light pollution, or one or both, and you can literally take people to court for it and get damages?
No, I did not know that.
Well, there was a guy that proved me wrong when he did it, because I said, well, it's up to the municipality to do it. And he said, and he went to court privately, really, and
Really?
they found in his favor. They took him to court. But here's the deal: what kind of damages? Because you have a fifth wheel, you know, you might, I don't know. Do you have any financial damages? Moving, I don't know, maybe moving or something like that. You could argue. What were you pointing at? Do you have an idea? You want to? Okay. Deputy Clint is volunteering to call Golden Police and see what the hell they can do. And maybe we can light a fire. What were you going to say, Deputy?
Hey, I was just going to ask Josh, what do you pay for that spot in Golden?
My RV spot is almost $800 a month.
Isn't that a lot?
Yeah, I mean, that used to be an apartment. Now he's getting a spot. So, Josh, now listen, I know you didn't call about this. I'm just going to drop a little nugget. I call them, well, this is more like a pearl of knowledge, not a nugget, but I enjoy people's nuggets as well. But here's the deal. I know, how old are you right now?
43.
Okay, you're still in the immortality stage,
right?
Where people don't realize that someday they're going to get older. You're still kind of way young, and all I want you to do, and I'm serious, it doesn't take a lot, but if every day you just take one step to secure your future, just one step. You don't have to move out of the RV. You don't have to do anything. But anything you can do to stash a little money or to plan for the future, you will be miles ahead. It doesn't take a brain surgeon. You don't have to do anything fancy. But I just suggest it because if you're working now and things are going well, just plan a little ahead for any emergencies. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. Now, you hang on and make sure we have your information so we can stay in touch, because Deputy Clint's going to see what he can do, okay? So,
thank you, sir. I appreciate it, man.
No problem. You hang on. Josh is a good guy, man. He's working. He's trying to make ends meet. He can't sleep. He can't sleep. Now, what about plumbers up north? That's what Craig wants to talk about. I'm not sure exactly. Craig, I'll take a little preview here. What are we talking about with plumbers?
So I'm up in the Fort Collins area, and I was looking on the referral list, and I can't find any plumbers up here that you guys recommend.
Okay, hold on, because I'm not so sure we wouldn't have plumbers here that would go up there. Have you tried any of them?
I have not yet.
Okay, hold on, and we'll figure it out, okay? Plumbers up north. And we have Mark Szymanski with us from Genesis Total Exteriors. Right now, let's talk to Brent Ivinson, Ideal Home Loans, about people who have a mortgage, okay? And let's talk about mortgage, private mortgage insurance. That's an insurance you take out if you ever have a loan that's more than 80% loan to value. A lot of people don't understand it. It is not mandatory if your house increases in value. But Brent, you probably estimate a lot of people right now are overpaying.
Well, absolutely. You know, and I'll give you an example. We recently helped a member of the media who bought a brand new home just a little over a year ago. They were able to refinance out of their FHA loan that they used to purchase their home into a conventional mortgage, get a lower interest rate, a lower monthly payment, and in eliminating their mortgage insurance and taking advantage of a lower rate, they're saving $452 each and every month.
Holy crap. And that's $450. Now, part of that is interest and part of that is the mortgage premium?
Yeah, part of it is the interest rate, and a majority of it, honestly, was getting rid of the mortgage insurance, the monthly mortgage insurance.
Holy cow. Okay, and all you have to do is call Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan. They have this and many other programs, 303-867-7000.
I used to go to Buffalo Rose, and they shut down at 8 o'clock. They used to have, it's getting remodeled now, but now the bar at 8 o'clock, everything's shut down.
Buffalo Road, I thought that Grizzly Road. Grizzly Road. Well, I thought Golden, that's right down.
No, you didn't say Grizzly Road. No, it's Buffalo Rose and Golden.
Grizzly, are they the same?
They used to be. They're separate.
Okay.
I think a long time ago, I think.
Okay.
But now, no, and this, you know, it's not demolished, but it's got it.
Really?
Diatomaceous earth has no sign. I'm just kidding. I know nothing about it. It's a type of soft sedimentary rock
No, it's really, it's awful.
Fossilized remains of single-celled aquatic organisms called diatoms. That's why it's diatomaceous. Okay, and it's silicon-rich.
Yeah. So it's mineral.
Ground to a chalky white powder. Various uses. It may be familiar with a pest control agent.
Get rid of ants? Yeah.
Because it's used abrasive properties. It's also found in like some makeups. Let's see what else. It's used for blood food grade, getting attention lately. It's promoting and improving blood, cholesterol, energy level, mental clarity and mood, heart arthritis, hemorrhoids, hypertension, cancer, vertigo. Holy shit, insomnia, back pain, obesity. It's touted as a way to make your hair shiny, your nails tough, you know, the integumentary system basically. Proponents who mix the powder with the water or juice believe it is scrubbing action inside their colon. There are no earthly limits, it seems, to what this dirt can do.
It doesn't say that. What this dirt, it says what this dirt can do.
It says in quotations of what this dirt can do. It says there's a dearth of research. Besides the abundance of testimonials on websites, where do such far-out notions come from? According to a 2011 study in Poultry Science, diatomaceous has been a potential to eliminate parasites in those hens. Another study found it can help remove heavy metals. Neither involve people, however, so such findings are not necessarily applicable to humans. The only published human study was the European Journal of Medicine in '98. It said that if you consume diatomaceous 3 times a day, if your triglycerides will go down. But the study was very small and had no control group. They could not replicate the findings. Many of the supposed benefits are attributed to the silica.
And that is, of course, it's got all these
which functional role for silicon in humans has not yet been identified, although animal studies show silicon does help with the formation and strength of bone. Other papers hypothesize that decreased silicon in tissues may be linked to age-related degenerative disorders, therefore supplementing it would prevent that. But that's more of conjecture. They don't know that. So what they're saying is there are no real human studies, but it has benefits in chickens. And while research on silicon is, especially bone health, is promising, more studies are needed to determine what, this is Berkeley, so this is very conservative, which found food, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, more concerns. Though food-grade DE is generally recognized as safe grass, they call that in FDA, you can't really overdo it. It says ingesting it could cause blockages and other serious problems. Did you know that?
I didn't. That's the first negative thing I've heard on it. But I imagine you started doing several.
What do you do? How much?
I only do it like every other day.
How much?
Half of about a teaspoon.
Oh, okay. Well, is that enough to do anything?
I don't know, but
it says here. Hold on.
I'll guarantee you'll see it in your nails. I see that my nails are harder.
Come on.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're not bullshitting. You're not.
Absolutely.
It's not in your mind.
Absolutely not. Hair, I don't know. Joints, I don't really know. I don't have any joint issues and stuff. But,
health benefits of diatomaceous earth has no bounds. But they're surmising based on what's in it, skin and they're just talking about the silica.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. Okay, by the way, we talk about everything on the show, on and off the air. We have Mark Szymanski with us from Genesis Total Exteriors. And also, we talk about health, like stem cell therapy. And you know that I am on a rampage to stamp out phony stem cell therapy. And I mean, I'm on a rampage. I am looking nationally to a law firm to do a class action suit nationally against the fake clinics because so many people are wasting money. Centeno Schultz are one of the genuine clinics. There are there are a few. They're run by doctors, and they harvest stem cells from you at the time. Now, Centeno Schultz has been doing it from the beginning. One of the first clinics attributed to stem cell therapy in a clinical setting in America with 14,000 patients. If you're looking for stem cell therapy, the real deal, go to these MDs, these doctors who harvest at the office and then re-inject with imagery, and they do knees, hips, back, shoulders, hands, ACL tears. 303-963-9201. 303-963-9201. You could look for Centeno Schultz, or they have a trade name, Regenix in the Denver area. So please do that. Now, also speaking of health, Deputy Dan takes a little teaspoon every now and then of diatomaceous earth. You got Suzanne doing it. Diatomaceous earth is basically dirt, but it's made from diatoms. It's high in silica. It's a very fine, beautiful feeling sand, and it's used in filtering swimming pools and stuff. But they also make a food-grade diatomaceous earth as a supplement. Now, there have been no human studies, but they're surmising the clinical studies because, they're surmising because the silica is in it. It's going to be good for bone and nails and hair. They're also surmising that it can help with bone formation. Now, there have been studies done in chickens that show it does have health benefits, so, but not humans. I just am mentioning this because I want to know if anyone out there, now listen to what I'm asking, okay? You know, I ask for nuggets. I'm always asking for nuggets of knowledge. Anything you know. Life hacks, they call them now. Let me know if you take diatomaceous earth and if you have any anecdotal evidence, meaning personal that you observed on your own or someone in your family, or any other kind of weird supplement, okay? Like my mom used to take vinegar, white vinegar in water. I don't know why, but she thought it purified.
Apple cider vinegar.
That's that.
Everybody,
she did
that's
that.
big right
She
now.
did that.
Yeah.
So, anyway, let me know. Chris has a remodeling question. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, Tom, we have a townhouse that we're going to do a complete remodel on. I guess my question is, who do we take through that first time, my wife and I, to start the process and start getting ideas? We're just kind of lost even where to start.
A design builder or a designer, but I like a design builder because they can tell you if something is practical or not. That's what I exactly did with Mark in a condo I was looking at. I asked him, what exactly can I do and what will be too much? If you hold on, Chris, we'll take you first up. Hang on. We'll take you first up. If you're looking for replacement
Windows, K&H Home Solutions. I've known Ted Rowland 25 years or more. This company has...
The bad thing in those... Craig, this is Tom. We're still looking, man. Don't go away, okay? I just wanted to let you know we're off the air right now, but just hang on.
Ask him what he wants. He wants a proper
What is he doing?
What is he doing?
Doors and siding. Their website is khwindows.com. That's khwindows.com.
Craig, if you're still there, hang on. We're looking, okay? I just wanted to let you know. Okay, man, hang on. He's looking for a plumber.
Yeah, no.
To do what, though?
Put a toilet in? Or?
What kind of job do you need up there, by the way? New water? Oh, water heater. Okay, hold on. Try Quality First Plumbing. Maybe Howie would do it. I'll go up there, but I'm sure we have people. Rick. Okay. Hey, Rick, man, just hang on. We want to take your comment, okay? We're off the air right now, but we'll be back to you. Thanks, man.
7100 khwindows.
And Chris, your questions are good for everyone because a lot of people are doing this, so just hang on and we'll come right back, okay? Thanks, man.
So I need to call.
What did you find out?
That nobody's home.
At the Golden Police Department?
Yeah. You just go round and round with call this back, call that officer back.
Oh, really?
Golden Retrievers make it to this office of work. We went from Golden PD to Golden Retriever.
It's a stretch.
I really hate being chewed on over Patrick because I'm done. I've helped him 3 times now, and he just craps on me.
I know. That makes me angry when we said, call us before you do anything.
Well, the workman's comp thing, too. Tom chewed on me about that, but I've had 3 people call me and says, oh, my God, there's no way.
Well, no. His thing was, you're going to get your brand new employee.
I'm not a employee.
No, he is.
Oh,
no. Patrick, he's a brand new employee.
Yeah.
And he's going to go and go through a law firm.
Oh, I agree with you. He's going to get fired.
Yes. What would you do, Mark? I mean, you must.
I'd be so pissed.
Absolutely.
He's new, and I'll say, oh, and now I have this problem.
Right.
From what? Yeah, and from there you just turn it over to workman's comp. I'm done.
And it's, you know, any other part of the knee, like the ACL or stuff like that, I'm really familiar with knees.
Sure. No.
I just had my meniscus done last Wednesday.
Yeah, but you didn't have pain in the back of your knee.
No.
The only thing you get pain in the back of your knee with is tendonitis, which is what he said he had.
But Grant, I mean, you're a perfect example. You suck it up. I mean, look what you've been through.
Well, everybody should suck it up.
I know, absolutely, everybody. You don't
go get a paper cut. Oh, workman's comp.
Yeah. I have never went to workman's comp.
No, I haven't. I've had 6
construction when I was going to school, you know, military, the oil field.
In fact, my knee, because I'm a ski instructor at Winter Park.
Oh, you are?
And it happened right before work. And they go, do you want to file workman's comp? I said, no, I'll take care of my own. I don't want to go to your doctors for my knee.
Yeah, that's another problem.
Right.
So why wouldn't you just go to workman's comp? Why would he get this law firm going?
Now.
He's barely, well, he thinks he's going to get money, that's why.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah, Mark, you're probably right on that. Right. He's after the money.
Yeah. I think that's what I thought when I first heard it.
God, you know, I begged and pleaded with that car dealer about this kid, you know, as a
I
contract.
totally agree.
And I told him the whole story. I spent like 20 minutes telling him what, and they said, well, we don't want to wreck the kid's life. And so you get him out of that. And he just falls right back at something else. It's just frustrating as hell.
I thought he was just like the president, but I think you're right. I think he's going after a quick buck.
Well, Mark said that. But,
I think for the law firm, you know, if he can get $1,000. See, paying that out. That's only like a $1,200 thing that he's got. But he's got like 12 grand in outstanding debts, right?
Yeah.
Right, Clint?
12 on one car.
So I mean, he's
got more than that.
Well,
that's what he originally called us for. That's his first call was for a bankruptcy. Remember? He called on bankruptcy day about bankruptcy.
I can't remember what he was actually.
That's what his first call was.
Customers at Lowe's save 5% every day when you use your Lowe's credit account.
Yeah.
That's 5% on all purchases in store or online.
Oh,
Subject to
are they owners?
U.S. only.
I went out to the Art of Granite and I met Mitch. Came to America
Okay.
starts working in granite and decides that's all. Art of Granite supplies premier designer countertops and a direct importer of stone, granite, and quartz and other natural stones.
But there's so many
Designs your countertops.
lawyers and doctors out there that are just there to try.
You don't have to buy a slab or 2 or 3, and then he makes it beautiful with artistic edges.
I don't know how Golden is. I know where I'm at Lakewood, because I running noisy stuff, Bobcats and stuff like that you have to shut down by 10 o'clock. He said they've been shut down before 10 o'clock in the bar.
Well, we were just talking, you were out looking, because I used to go to the Grizzly Rose. Or
Not the Grizzly, Grizzly, Buffalo Rose.
The one in Golden, but it's closed now.
Yeah, Buffalo, yeah,
it's remodeled. They shut down at 8 o'clock. I mean, I go there on Sundays, like, I go on motorcycle and stop there on Sundays.
Yeah.
And 8 o'clock, the music stopped, and they weren't loud at all. I mean, it was usually a 1 or 2 man band, but they weren't jamming. They're doing more.
Yeah, but there's a
inside or outside.
Outside on patio.
There's an ordinance. You know, damn Bobcats have that really loud beep 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 backup.
Oh, jeez.
The damn machine's not that loud, but that backup alarm is irritating as hell.
Exactly right.
And that's what the neighbor called about.
Okay.
We were doing that. You can work till 10.
Yeah, but that, when I was Lakewood, that wasn't Golden.
Right.
So.
I would guess. And then I'm gonna guess they can't.
I was going to tell them when diatomaceous earth is kept from you from getting sick.
But,
right?
There's also
Right, but I don't think it
decibel
did
level.
much for my nails.
Because they nail the motorcycle guys on that.
I totally.
But I'll tell you more about it later. I'll tell you why. I can't tell you because you're leaving. I'll tell you next week.
Just Dirty
You're on.
Dogs, or what is it
Oh,
called?
Mad Dog?
Yeah, Dirty Dog.
You go there?
I go there for lunch.
So,
The food's good. So.
Are you
The bar they're complaining though, I go there for lunch sometimes. So.
Do you still ride motorcycle? Mm-hmm. Have you been down?
I mean, I got a broken collarbone, I got a punctured.
And you don't worry now and stuff that you might
I
have
mostly
to.
mountain ride. I don't.
Okay.
I don't come down here. I wouldn't.
Did you run into Peter?
No, we've never rode together or anything. We skied together, but we never rode together.
This is house all done.
Yeah, it's been really nice.
Do you work on his house?
Yeah, I remodeled it.
Oh, okay. That's up in Winter Park.
Jackson.
No, he's over.
Well, we should have
downtown.
fought.
So
I mean, we're on broadband still.
He's on that roll as Michael Hancock. Every show.
Oh my God! I mean, that's what he does. He gets on kicks.
Yeah, it's
he gets on kicks.
The Troubleshooter.
Hello, Tom Martino. Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind anywhere, where we are helping you. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by the Raleigh House. We are a consumer advocacy show, and we help people with all kinds of problems. So all you have to do is call 303-713-TALK. The Raleigh House is one of those weird areas because we do get calls from people with problems with addiction or the side effects of addiction. People have addicts in their lives. This number was established by the Raleigh House, which is a premier treatment program. But this number is not to hard sell you or try to sell you anything. It's for anyone with an addict in their life to call about it. If you have any questions about treatment, about cost, about insurance, about duration, about modalities, about free programs, about programs that are out of state, or anything you ever wondered about, ask them. They'll tell you the truth. That program might be for you, maybe not. They want to, like, what do you look for? How do you know there's a habit? How do you know if it's getting worse? How do you confront or talk to an addict? 720-893-5559. Information confidential, complimentary, 720-893-5559. Now, a guy calls, and he's living in his camper. He's been living there for 8 years, man, and he just wants to work and come home and sleep sometimes. And he says, recently there was this bar. Was it recent? Is it new or something? I guess.
Yeah, it's been about 6 months.
Okay, and Mark Szymanski knows because he goes there. He says it's good food. Anyway,
I go there for lunch.
Yeah, for yeah. So it's in Golden, and the guy says, "Man, they play music loud, late, and I can't sleep, and the neighbors are up in arms." And this was Josh, right? Josh, you called, and we did get quite a reaction. We had some people who liked the place, you know, and then we have people who say, yeah, it's loud. So, Josh, I summed it up accurately, right? You said last night they played till what time?
They played till 9:30 last night, and
that's not excessively late.
But a couple of nights before that, it was midnight. We've had to call the bar to tell them to shut the radio off. Outside, it's just getting terrible.
Okay. Anyway, Golden Police we contacted. They've had calls out there, but Josh says they're not doing anything. But to be fair here, this is what happened. Mark and Rob, I guess they're owners or managers or something, they're with the Dirty Dog Roadhouse or Dirty Dogs Roadhouse, and we're going to let them speak. They say they wanted to address this, so we'll bring them up right now. Rob and Mark, do I have both of you?
Yes, you do, Tom.
All right. Go ahead, sirs. Just whatever. It's your turn. Basically, it's just noise they're talking about.
Hi, Tom. This is Mark. Yeah, we'd like to address the situation here.
Sure.
You know, last night we did have a band, a twosome band that out on our patio, and they did close down at 8:25, 8:30 last night. We want to be respectful to our neighbors, and that, you know, both trailer parks, there's one on the back side and one on the other side of the front, on the other side of the highway. And I have talked with both of them, and we've talked with people that live in those trailer parks as well. And we do want to be respectful to them. However, you know, we do stay within our decibel levels and our time frame. I think what is it Josh?
Yes.
I think what Josh may be referring to, and I think that might be an oversight on our part. We do have a jukebox that's in the bar, and we have speakers on our outside patio that are in different zones.
Yeah.
So it is a possibility, and I don't know for a fact, but it is a possibility that that those speakers were left on past where even we want them on. So if that's the case, we do apologize for that, and we will look into that into the future. And as I said, we do want to be respectful to our neighbors.
Now, what do you guys do on weekends? Do you stay open later?
Well, we're open. This is Rob. We're open till 2 a.m. every single day of the week. And to go back to what Mark was saying, we did have some problems with our jukebox. If we didn't turn it down to 0 on the 2 outside zones, it would randomly jump up to 60 or 70% of the volume.
Okay.
We have that fixed now.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, we stay open till 2 a.m. Outside during the week, we can have up to 82 decibels at the property line until 9:30 at night, and on the weekends we can have that same decibel level till 10:30 at night.
Okay.
And we try to stringently stay in those regulations.
Okay, fine. It sounds like you do. Now, where are you guys located exactly?
17999 West Colfax Avenue.
So that's West Colfax, and what would be the nearest big cross street?
It's just west of 6th Avenue and just kind of east and north of I-70.
Okay. And
right near Avalanche Harley-Davidson.
What was your concept when you opened?
We wanted it's a biker bar, but we wanted a family atmosphere and lots of good food and a good place for people to listen to music and have a good time.
Okay, well, I appreciate you guys addressing it straight up. Thank you very much. And what kind of food do you have?
Oh, we've got the best hamburgers in Denver. There was one girl that said it made her cry. We've got pierogies, we've got Philly cheesesteaks, clubs. We're getting a filet mignon on our menu. All kinds of good stuff, Tom.
All right, so why don't you throw out a special for my listeners that mention us?
If anybody comes in and mentions you, Tom, we can do we'll do a 2-for-1 entree and a...
Cool.
Yeah, we'll just do a 2-for-1 entree.
Okay, a 2-for-1 entree. Now, I know Josh isn't happy I'm drumming up business for them, but, I mean, they did say they're going to address the noise. So, Dirty Dogs Roadhouse, 2-for-1 entree. If you mention Tom Martino Show, Tom Martino, 2-for-1 entree. That's cool, huh?
That's very cool.
Mark Schmansky's leaving.
Cool.
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean,
you just have to
I had lunch there last week. They do have great food.
Okay, and they're at 6th Avenue. I mean, excuse me, West Colfax, just
kind of near where Heritage Park used to be, but just a little east of that.
Okay, and so what would you say in regard to that 6th Avenue turnoff?
Yeah, and then it's west of that.
West of that 6th Avenue turnoff, and it's on West Colfax. Yeah. Dirty Dogs Roadhouse, 2-for-1 entree. This was spur of the moment. I want to see. I want feedback from people. Rick, you have a comment. Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, I wanted to throw out there. I appreciate that the guys came on and explained the situation, but you were talking about what kind of possible damages if the guy would sue.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to throw this out there and see if it sticks. But RV parks are a finite place. It's not like he can just move to another apartment complex down the road. So maybe his damages would be having to relocate and have additional expenses of having to go to work and what have you, because
now,
he's so limited in what he can do.
I mean, technically, if they broke the law, he would be entitled to it. I mean, because if they broke the law, there's something called negligence per se, which basically says if you're breaking the law, you're automatically negligent. I mean, I'm just giving a casual interpretation. So, but that's what it means, that people who are breaking the law could be called negligent. But they claim and say they are not. They stay within that 80-some-odd decibels at the property line. So it's a matter of legal interpretation if somebody wanted to sue on that. Now, Chris, your remodeling question, we're back to you now. Okay, so you're saying you're going to buy a place and you want to walk through it, and you and your wife don't know what you're looking at, and even if you make a list like, hey, let's move that wall, that might be cost prohibitive because it's load-bearing. Or you might say, hey, let's do this or let's do that. So you want to know who is best to walk through with you, right?
Exactly.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. I personally, I wouldn't even want an engineer or an architect. I would want a design builder, someone who is used to going in there.
Right. I mean, again, depending on what it is.
You do those.
Oh, yeah, we do. We're going to come through, and, you can call us first, and we'll give you ideas.
But you walk with them, and if he says, hey, Mark, what would it take if I wanted to take that wall out?
Right. And once we're demoing a wall, then it's say, okay, we need to bring a structural person in to make sure we're okay.
I understand, but you would immediately know something.
Oh, yeah, we can say we feel this is non-structural, so we can take that out. Yeah.
Or you'd say,
Right.
it would be better to do this, or can we make this a half wall, or
Right.
can we make this?
Right.
So, Chris, really your answer is a really good design build contractor. Now, not all builders and contractors are design build. They don't stick with you from the very beginning to the end. That what they want to do is they want to know what you want, and then they have the plans done, and then they work off the plans. But design builders do it a little differently. If there's nothing structural, they'll do it all. And if there is something structural, then they'll bring in the right engineers, but it's a little less work. But for major jobs, whether you like it or not, you're going to need both. You're going to need the engineers and the architects. But in your case, I would get a really good contractor who does what's called design build, meaning they're on the design phase and then they turn it into a building thing.
Cool. And Mark does that?
Yep, Mark
yeah,
does
we
that.
do that. You can call our office.
And they're really good. I mean, you know, this is a terrible thing that this has to be one of his attributes, but the work is extraordinary. But unfortunately, being honest and straightforward has become an attribute where what I mean by that is, unfortunately, is that you would hope that that would be just normal, but it's not. So when you're honest and ethical and straightforward, it becomes exceptional as opposed to normal. It's so strange, because with all of the home improvement problems we have right now, it is crazy that it's hard to find honest. It really is hard. Now, I know Craig, on those plumbers, we have some ideas. He wants to do a water heater up north, so just hang with us. And speaking of great people and saving money, Art of Granite, say no more. Solid surface countertops of any kind. He's a natural stone importer. Art of Granite, wholesale on the materials, small markup on the cabinets from the manufacturer. He is a great guy to do business with, and he'll give you prices on the phone. Right. You'll get prices on the phone. He might want some measurements and a photo or two, and those prices are pretty damn accurate. Wholesale countertop material, custom edges, sinks, cabinets. Call him, 303-386-5919. 386-5919. Prices on the phone, artofgranite.net.
Does the burger make you cry?
I haven't had their burger, but their Philly cheesesteak is really good. I've had their soup.
If you're going on Colfax, west on Colfax, it's on the right. That's what it was.
Yeah, it used to be a Barker, but it used to be Susie's.
Susie's. Okay, that's what.
Then it turned into a gay bar for a while.
Yeah.
And then it sat empty. I tried buying it, but the price tag was so high because it had a liquor license. I just wanted it for my office.
You want to run it?
Yeah, and then it's probably Wrigley's is on the other side.
The big thing is
Wrigley's food is, I've had meetings there, and the food is just, I live pretty close to there. 20%. Okay, my office is right there in 6th and Indiana.
Push forward to pick the ones.
Right. Push
So
forward.
like when Tom starts talking about it.
Yeah, my wife and I went
that's
there.
The genesis of all.
I read that right. And then like the
White
those guys are talking.
Stephanie's getting this.
When I take diatomaceous earth, I kid you not,
I didn't go to that time.
my head clears. No, like my mind.
It said that was
It
one of the
almost feels like you can feel it hit. It's the weirdest thing.
Just because it says there are no human studies doesn't mean it doesn't work. I mean,
So I watched the
in
thing.
fact, most things, when they start out, don't have studies, and because people feel a certain way, then they do the study.
So I watched this thing on This Old Rock. Will Smith MCs it. It's really cool, and it talks about the Earth and how everything works, and they use the astronauts. But
What
they
is it
talk
called?
Like this old rock.
No, it's some rock.
Yeah. This big rock.
Wait a minute, and Chris Rock does it? I love
No,
Chris Rock.
Will Smith.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And so.
Oh, because I thought it would be so funny to have Chris
The
Rock.
very first one, yeah, exactly. The very first one was about how oxygen is made, and
With plant shooting?
well, but that's just one piece of it. Like, and so what happens is it's actually the diatoms in the ocean.
But all energy comes from the sun, right? Every bit of energy, right?
But people say like that the Amazon is the lung of the earth. The Amazon only makes enough oxygen for the Amazon. It only makes enough oxygen to sustain the Amazon.
What does?
And so
What does?
the Amazon, people say that it's the lung of the earth.
Oh, yeah.
But it only makes enough just to.
Oh yeah, it's the ocean, the algae.
But wait a minute.
So it's the,
When I said
the
all
diatoms
energy,
in the
if you
ocean.
think about all energy comes from the sun, because no matter how you look at it, eventually sun comes down and it's converted somehow somewhere. But you're a geothermal. But where was how did geothermal start?
Well, when it was made. When the thing, and then
And
also
all these
radiation.
things have to come, but they all have to come together, and it's like
What
the
radiation?
perfect something.
Radioactive radiation stuff from down there.
You know, if you think about it, when you do think about all the things that have to come together to make everything work.
It has
Well,
to be a
that's
higher power.
Well, it has to be design.
Yes.
I mean, my God.
But you can so
it can't happen by accident.
The
That's why
astronauts,
it's just.
they pull them in, and you
See,
actually
it blows your
see
mind when
the
you start
plumes.
thinking about that.
You see the plumes of the diatoms being made, and that is the oxygen that supplies us.
This is why
Yeah.
people who get very scientific start to get philosophical.
I agree.
But you need to watch that show and watch it on diatoms, and then that's what we're taking are the leftover shells that are on the bottom of the ocean that's called the snow of the ocean, and it is actually the exoskeleton of the diatom that is diatomaceous earth. Yeah, and they only
Well, have you ever
live.
heard of spirulina?
Yes.
Same exact claims for spirulina. Never had any scientific research on it, but people swear by it. I loved spirulina. I don't even know why I stopped taking it. But look it up, spirulina.
No, I've taken it too.
There are
That's
millions of
live though. I mean, these are fossils. Diatoms here. This is fossils.
Yeah, but they're dead.
Right. They're not living.
Bubbles. They're scrubbing bubbles for your body.
But they're dead. The only nutrient is silicon.
Right.
Exactly. And it's the leftover. But so it was so weird that I watched this show because it explains so much. You really should watch it.
But she bought 10 pounds of it.
Actually, the first bag was 20, and it accidentally went to Jared in New York. He goes, "What the hell, Mom?"
That'll last you 20 years.
Okay, we have one of those waves where you can get right through right now. Okay, so I've rounded up some here, some plumbers I'm thinking, and what we ought to do, Clint, is help him find them. In other words, I rounded up some that I would try, and even if they don't do it regularly, would they do it for us in Fort Collins, okay? So he wants a water heater. So let's call, because they're up north, Fix It 24/7. That's one. And another one would be Plumline. I think they go pretty far north. But Brothers, and I think Quality First Plumbing, Howie. So ask which one would go up there. And then, Craig, what we'll do is we'll help you out. Now, I know one of these guys would go up there for a water. I mean, I don't know, but I suspect they would for a water heater. And then for a regular service plumber, we'll find out. But what's wrong with your water heater?
Oh, it's just fixing to go out.
How old is it?
It's about 20 years old.
Oh, yeah.
So.
And the new efficient ones are great right now. What do you need, a 40, 50 gallon?
40.
40, yeah. And that's a good entry level, and you can get really good deals on them. So where are you, in what area? You don't have to give your address, but...
I'm in John.
In where?
Johnstown.
Oh,
So
that's not bad. Heck. I think any of those guys. So what's the matter, Suzanne? You're shaking your head.
I don't think Fix It goes that far, but I can check.
All right. Well, I'll have Deputy Clint do it since you're taking calls.
Great.
Okay. He'll check with all of them. 303-713-TALK. We have wide open lines right now. 303-713-8255. You can get right through if you have a problem, a question, or a complaint. But like we did yesterday, we are open for nuggets. Let me explain it. People listen to this show, and they grab a nugget of information, something they really heard they like, and they pass it along. And like Clint, for example, he's filled with nuggets. Otherwise, would say he's filled with something else, but he's full of something else. But I say it's nuggets of information. He'll sit here and pop out a useful fact Deputy Dan does it. Mark does it. We all do it. Useful facts. Things that you didn't know before, or really cool stuff. And I realize I have one of the most nugget-rich audiences of all shows. People listen to the show specifically because we talk about all kinds of stuff. And so while I like to say I'm spitting pearls here, borrowed from that movie, Scent of a Woman, remember? And then who was Al Pacino? He was blind, and he says, listen, kid, I'm spitting pearls here, meaning knowledge. We like you to call us and give us pearls of wisdom or your nuggets. We would love to share them, okay? So call us and let us know what you know that we could benefit from. Of course, we're still taking your problems, your questions, and your complaints. Now, it all started yesterday when we were talking about ball valves versus the other valves that for some reason, the gate valves, which escaped me. Okay, so we're going to have nuggets. So we have, of course, Genesis Total Exteriors as our guest today. Do you have any nuggets when it comes, Mark Szymanski, when it comes to home improvements that you just see all the time and you wish people wouldn't do it or would do it or always do it? I mean, is there any kind of thing that comes to mind? And if not, I want you to start thinking about it. But is there anything so obvious that it comes up?
This has nothing to do with your
Okay, that's
home,
fine.
But clear nail polish on a chip in your windshield.
Clear nail polish?
Yeah.
What does it do?
It's the same thing that you pay $35 for.
Oh, wait, come on. It doesn't repair it.
Yeah, well, it fills it in just like the stuff.
It fills it in. So it'll keep it from spreading.
From spreading.
Huh.
So
I wonder if clear epoxy would do it too. No, but clear nail polish, you brush it on, and does it make that little thing disappear?
Well, it helps cover it a little bit.
Don't they use some kind of a suction or something to
they
get
do
it?
all kinds of stuff to make it look fancy, but maybe they're just putting clear nail polish on. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder what the actual material is on the windshield stuff, but that's a good one. Now, I have something that I call a master list, that when I do the show, I keep a list of all of these things and write them down. People say, Tom, how do you know that? Well, after doing this 40 years, just in Denver, I come up with things that are always, that I find out, I say, cool. I'm going to tell you something, the one thing I said about banking, now the master list isn't always good, okay? Sometimes it's about bad things, which I'll tell you about. James, what's on your mind? 303-713-TALK. You can get right through. James, what's going on? James? James, are you there?
Hello.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, Tom.
Yes.
Hey, I just heard you talking about Fix-It and Frontline.
Yes.
And Brothers.
Yes.
Okay, they don't go up Frontline. They go past Longmont.
Okay.
And Fix-It 24/7. They didn't come to Dogtown, but I set up an appointment a while back with them.
Yeah, you set up an appointment for what?
For to have my furnace tuned up for the $39.
Oh yeah, the $39 clean and check.
Right. But anyway, they told me they didn't come to Johnstown after I already made an appointment. But that's okay, because Daphne helped me.
Yeah.
And Fix-It 24/7 come out last week.
Yeah.
And they sent Nick out.
Yeah.
To honor it, even though they don't come to Johnstown.
Well, that's very nice of Daphne to get on him. So they volunteered to come up, and then what happened?
Then they cleaned my furnace, took it apart. Nick told me everything there was, showed me what he was doing, cleaned it spotless.
Wow.
And I ended up needing a capacitor and a motor.
Yeah.
So we bought a new one from them. We installed that.
You know, they really do great work. And one thing I want to say, and I mean this sincerely, they will never sell you something you don't need. They won't. It's not in their culture or their nature. But I'm really happy, though, that you were happy with them. Luke's got a comment on being a contractor. What is your comment, Luke? I'm getting through these calls so you can get right through 303-713-TALK. What's going on, Luke?
Not much. We're just a contractor that is waiting to be paid upwards of $300,000 on a job.
Wait. Up to $300,000?
Correct.
Where?
Out at Punchbowl Social.
Hold on a second. Is that what you were?
Yeah, and
Hold on.
They owe me over $12,000.
Do you know what? We were just talking about them, Luke. They owe money all over town.
Yep, they do.
Okay, so tell me, what did you do for them?
Well, you know what? I'm not really at liberty to say. I'm not, an owner or anything. I'm just kind of a...
Okay, then tell me. Okay, I don't want to get you in trouble. So
yep.
You worked for who? What was it? Did you work for a general contractor?
Correct.
And did the general contractor, did you work directly for the general, or did your company work for the general?
No, my company did.
Okay, so this general, is it the general not paying, do you know, Mark Szymanski, or is it the owner?
I know the general has not been paid.
The general, so the general is not at fault here.
Yeah, his name's Brian Mikowski.
Brian?
Yep.
Okay, so the general is up there at, what is this called, Punch Bowl?
Punch Bowl. It's at Stapleton Airport.
Is it the old tower?
It's the old tower.
So they renovated this old tower.
Right.
Are they open? They're not open.
No, yeah, they've been open since, I believe, Christmas or...
Wait a minute.
Or
How
maybe
long have you guys, James, been owed this, excuse me, Luke, have been owed this $300,000? Hello?
What's that?
How long have you been owed this $300,000?
Probably about 5 months now.
Yeah, I billed in November and haven't been paid. I mean, I've been paid 75%, but I'm still owed 12.
Why don't you guys do liens?
Some people have done a lien. I haven't done one yet, but some people have, and there's been no action on it because they haven't. I mean, you're dealing with Punch Bowl's renting the property, so you're liening the building, but which is owned by somebody else.
It's not a city project.
No, it's not a city. No, there's Punch Bowls all over the country.
Oh, there are.
Yeah.
But this one just happens to be special because it's at that tower.
And this is their corporate office now too. The third floor was just finished out as our corporate office.
We need to start getting on this. I mean, this is a major deal here.
Right.
We're talking about if he has 300 from your company, and it's not Luke, he's an employee there. But Luke, do you know other people not paid?
Oh yeah, no, there's a bunch of them out there.
That is amazing. We just happen to be talking about that. What do you estimate is being owed here?
I heard in a ballpark of around 900.
Almost $1 million.
Yeah.
Are they doing this elsewhere, do you know?
It's my understanding that, yes, some other locations are having problems. Contractors are having problems, too.
Well, I think we ought to let them know. It's called Punch Bowl.
Punch Bowl.
Punch Bowl. What?
And there's another one on Broadway, too.
Is there?
Yeah.
We're on Broadway.
Broadway and 3rd.
Now, are they franchises or are they owned and operated?
I think they're all owned by Robert Thompson.
Okay, so Robert Thompson is the guy that owns it. But it might be a corporation, but he's in charge or what? Robert?
Correct. That's my understanding.
All right, folks. Beware contractors. I have a lot of contractors who listen. Beware. Apparently, this Robert Thompson is stiffing people. Okay, let's get a comment from Keith about the windshield thing. And those who want to call, there are open lines at 303-713-TALK. If you want to share a nugget, a pearl of wisdom, or you have a problem, question, or complaint. And remember, contractors, Punch Bowl. We're going to be on that for you. If you're owed money, please contact us, okay? And you can even email us live@troubleshooter.com. Okay, Keith, what about the windshield nail polish thing?
Tom, what's up? So I just heard that, and I was wondering, do I need to take a little small Dremel tip to that before I do it, or should I just fill it as is?
According to my understanding, you just fill it as is. You're supposed to clean it as, mild detergent, clean it, and do it, and that's
Make sure it's clean, then just brush it on, and let me know what happens if you have one. Hey, it's not going to do any harm, that much I know. Rocky's Auto, 63rd and Federal. Used cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans. And right now, they're online all over the place. They're doing a big push. Their website, Rocky'sAutos.com, all newly designed. They even list prices and financing. Their vast array. However, it's still nice to stop by and touch and feel. And their inventory changes a lot. But you can check them out, of course, Monday through Friday. And that is 9 to 7. Now, let me just get this up here because I want to give you all the information accurately, and they changed their hours recently. So remember, Rocky'sAutos.com, Monday through Friday, as I said, 9 to 7. I wanted to get the Saturday hours. They close an hour early, so it's Saturday, 9 to 6. Rocky'sAutos.com, 303-426-4646.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
Visit Lady Luck Casino Blackhawk for exhilarating gaming action and non-stop thrills. Play the hottest new slot machines or grab a seat at our exciting table games, including craps, roulette, and blackjack. Grab a bite to eat at Otis and Henry's restaurant and indulge in mouth-watering burgers. Then end your night in one of our luxurious hotel rooms. Plan your trip to Lady Luck Casino Blackhawk today.
That's when I got, because my contract was $49,000 to pay part of the outside of the tower. And then they did give me half. You know, I got a down payment when I started. I just knew, I heard that this could be sketchy. So I got a down payment for half, and then my other half, I got half of that. So.
Well, it sounds like $300,000.
Yeah, I don't know how big they are.
But this is going to be their main headquarters?
This is my close headquarters now.
No, I looked them up, and you're right. Robert Thompson's the owner. So I'm sure you've done a lot of research on that. That's got to hurt just because, like, say, you're paying your people. They expect every week, or whatever it is, you pay them.
Spring's in the air. Time to think about your lawn and trees. Give Mr. Green Jeans Lawn and Tree Care Services a call. Mr. Green Jeans can make your lawn and trees look better than ever, and at up to 30% less than other companies. If you need lawn fertilization or aerating, tree spraying, or feeding,
you take it out on meals.
Service, you have to call Mr. Green Jeans.
Is it fully operational?
Yeah. Yeah, it opened before Christmas. Okay. They had Christmas parties there.
Well, kind of cool. I mean, historic and stuff.
Yeah. No, it's a great concept. It's good. Just pay your bills. You're making money.
And letters from home to the men and women on the fields of conflict. Perhaps a Jeep carried your granddad or grandma.
We used to do a lot of work for the tavern. That same thing. Like the chain of tavern with Frank.
Let me go back through my emails real quick and make sure that we did this.
Everything day, because we opened it, we got it done right before a Rockies home opener. So much money. Not a big deal. Yes.
I think people, you see that a lot.
Yeah. I mean, we did get paid from Frank, but he just dragged his feet.
Are they worse than private?
Oh yeah, I think so. So private, we collect along the way. Okay, we're not continuing to pay us for what we shot.
I'm sure, like I say, you try to push their cash flow. So that's one way to.
Right.
VA benefits that you deserve. This is Ross Kaminsky, and I thank you, American Finances thanks you for your service. And I want to see that you receive the greatest
remodeling business I had.
to owning a home on the
Finish my
land.
basement. We could get the subs off the commercial jobs because it took forever for them to get paid. And they got paid that day by us. Right. So, yeah, I mean, you're waiting 30 days to 45 to get paid. Yeah, some of these guys are waiting for cash flow the whole job. Yeah, I got 2 big commercial jobs doing now, and I'm going to do that when I'm doing them. But they're with contractors I know and trust. Yeah, so I don't really score. I only work with GCs. My neighbor owned a sprinkler company.
Just call 303-695-7000. 303-695-7000 for
Due to the feedback and tenants at the airport, we spent additional dollars to create a temporary bypass tax rate covering.
Do we have an airport manager up there? Yeah. New guy. I can't. No, Bob's the
his operations manager.
Yeah, he's the snowplow guy, really.
And his Laura, she always.
Yeah, she's been there forever. She's it. She's been there since they built the place. She knows everything wonderful, nicely to work with. The guy with the water,
giant hangers up there.
Still empty, except for the.
Who owns it? The county?
The bank.
What? They've all foreclosed on.
They've been all foreclosed on.
The big giant blue one?
Oh, big blue. I don't know who owns Big Blue, but it was foreclosed on too. I thought you were talking about the ones west.
No, I just mean all of them. I don't know which ones I'm really talking about.
Yeah, they built a bunch of them west of that taxiway out there, north of the Armory. And those were the ones that never had anybody on, except that helicopter place. Hey, Craig, that needs a water heater, fix it 2747 doesn't normally go that way. They said they'd go that way for us today.
Okay. Did you tell him?
Good job.
No, I haven't told him.
Okay.
Is he still in the air?
Hi, Tom Martino, you're a troubleshooter. Okay, we got someone to go up north for him and to do the water heater. The guy was asking about it up north. 303-713-8255. Many times if you're in an outlying area and our referral list members don't go there normally, sometimes they make exceptions. Fix It 24/7 says, hey, we'll do a water heater for the guy. We had them check out a furnace the other day on another guy up north. And if you're ever strung out and need somebody, let us know. And, of course, right now you can get right through. And I would love to hear your nuggets. I would love. And if you have any good nuggets, we might even give a prize. Here's the deal, though. You might say it's a pearl instead of a nugget. Now, what's the difference? A pearl is true wisdom that is like almost philosophical, whereas a nugget is just some useful life hack. And Mark Szymanski gave us one about a crack in the windshield with clear.
I got another good one for
What do you
home.
got? What do you got?
So, you know, if you've got an older patio door that's sticky, you know,
Yeah.
especially a screen, candle wax.
Candle wax?
Candle wax. Take an old candle and just rub it on your track.
Now, why would that be better
It's
than
a-
like WD-40 or silicone?
You know, again, with the WD-40, it's going to attract dust and things
That's
like
right.
that, and
You're right.
it gets gooed up. But the wax, that doesn't happen.
Wax.
And you have to redo it because if it gets sun on it, it
Well,
melts
people
away.
wax their skis, right?
Yeah, we do.
And so, if you're looking for useful nuggets, we love doing it on the show. So share some with us. Now, I keep a list of nuggets. I call it my master list, and it's really quite fun. And I'm going to give you just a few. And my bugaboo is about banking, especially. First of all, I hope people are smart enough never, ever, ever, ever to deposit cash in a night depository. I mean, I know many people do it, but you must do it in person and have somebody count it in front of you and give you a receipt. I can't tell you how many times we've had businesses who miss cash with a night depository. And really, who's to say how much cash was in it? Who's to say? Just because you say, and it has, even with one of their fancy pouches, you say there's $10,000 in there. And somebody says at the bank, no, it's not. Who's to say? Well, they say, well, we got a process, and we do this, and we do that. So, I mean, what's to say that there's not someone dishonest? Well, we always have two people do it. Okay, that's better than one, but two people can collude, you know. And then, well, we always have cameras on them. There are ways of cheating. Just ask any dealer in Vegas. They have cameras on them all the time. The deal is cash. You're asking for trouble if you deposit cash, not just in a night depository, but depositing cash via a machine of any kind. You need the human verification. Now that's really another bugaboo of mine when it comes to banking, verification. Here is a question that no banker can answer. Thank goodness it doesn't come up much, but no banker can answer this question. I don't care who you are right now. If you call me, I will guarantee that you can't answer it, because bankers do it on purpose to protect themselves. And it's called verification of deposit. Now, doesn't that sound simple? What does that mean? For example, you'll notice on a deposit slip, do you have one with you? Anybody have a deposit slip? Mm-hmm. It'll say subject to verification or words similar to that. All deposits subject to verification. What does that mean? Because we had a case where somebody went to the teller window and the check was not deposited. Now you would think just call the vendor and have the vendor issue a new check. Except You did a bundle of checks. You didn't take photocopies. You didn't do what you were supposed to. But so what? You deposited checks. And one of them is missing. You don't know which one. So do you call every vendor and say, dozens of vendors, by the way, could you let me know if that check doesn't clear? Every vendor to find out which one never cleared and then have them issue another one. Well, of course, it's ridiculous. So I called the bank for this person, and they said, well, it's subject to verification. It's not our fault. She has a deposit for an amount of money being deposited, right? And the deposit slip said subject to verification. So I asked the teller, when then is the deposit verified? She said, well, I don't know. That's not my department. I said, okay, well, what about bookkeeping? Like when they take it downstairs or in the back and they review it? Because she said all deposits are reviewed. So I said, okay. I said, I will ask them. I said, do you verify deposits? And they said, no. I said, at what time is my deposit verified? That I know for sure I have it. No one can answer the question. Not one person at the bank will tell you when a deposit is absolutely verified, because even if it shows up on your statement, if a check is bounced, if a check is withdrawn, it's not in your account. So what about cash? If the cash drawer doesn't balance, I'm telling you that you never, ever, ever, ever have verified guaranteed funds in your bank account, ever. Now, it may not come up that much, but it does now and then. And all a bank has to say is, well, it was subject to verification. And what that means to a banker is, no one ever disputed it. That's really what it means. Because if you dispute something and something is missing, they'll simply say it wasn't verified. Crazy? I don't care how crazy it sounds, that's exactly what happens. I mean, I'm telling you straight up, that is what happens. 303-713-8255. We have more coming right up, and Kenny has a question about Become the Banker after this, and we have lines wide open if you have a problem, question, or complaint.
This report is brought to you by the Denver Museum of Nature and Science.
Travel across the metro area freeway system in pretty good shape. Just a few blips of slowing in the Metro Drive, northbound I-25, a little slow downtown from 6th Avenue, traveling up towards Colfax. Westbound I-70 slow in the elevated portion. Westbound side of I-270, a bit slow either side of Vasquez, but no major slow spots along that stretch. Off-highway, got a water main break affecting your drive on Sheridan between 35th and 38th. Best to avoid it altogether if you can. The weather forecast. Slight chance of showers this afternoon with a cooler high of 59. Right now, overcast skies in the Mile High City, and it's 45. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
Pandas 3D, now showing in IMAX at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. Join a curious panda cub as she begins the journey of a lifetime to discover her true animal nature. Visit dmns.org for more information.
Roof damaged or not sure? For any questions about your roof, call the company I know and trust, Excel Roofing, 303-761-6400. Even with help filing your claim, you can depend on Excel Roofing. If you have an open claim, better call Excel to do the work so you don't lose your replacement proceeds. Hello, I'm Tom Martino. Excel Roofing is the most trusted name in roofing. I've been recommending them for years, and they've done 3 roofs for me. When it comes to roofing, I get numerous complaints from people who've paid money up front and got nothing. That will never happen with Excel. At Excel Roofing, they won't take a cent until you're content. Call Excel now and get a free upgrade to hail-resistant asphalt shingles. Locally owned and operated for 25 years and on my referral list the whole time. Call today, 303-761-6400. ExcelRoofing.com.
Excel Roofing, we're on top of it.
Life Certain Wealth Strategies provides financial planning with a focus on forward-looking tax mitigation strategies for those in or near retirement in Colorado. Life Certain Wealth Strategies. Discover the fiduciary difference. Visit lifecertain.com today to begin your planning.
When you hire Fuller Injury Law after your car accident, we handle everything so you can concentrate on getting better. I'm attorney John Fuller and I can help. Set up a free case evaluation at personalinjuryco.com or 303-597-4500.
Today is the day you break the stranglehold of addiction. You and your family can't lose another precious day to this horrible disease. If you or someone you know is abusing alcohol, prescription drugs, hard illegal drugs, or if it's a mental health issue, anxiety, depression, or trauma related to substance abuse, please know you're not alone. There's help. Call the Raleigh House today. They've established a special number to address your concerns. 720-893-5559. That's 720-893-5559. The Raleigh House is a premier addiction recovery program located here in Colorado. You'll speak to someone local about different...
An elevator would be needed to be added to make it ADA, American Disability Act compliant. They have that on there.
Well, it would have to be, but the shaft's there. But the elevator would have to be added. I can see that. Think about it. That could be. They took the elevator out.
Yeah, they took the elevator out and all the guys.
So really, that's accurate. An elevator would have to be added.
Yeah, but this guy right here was a controller. And I found stuff in here where he was talking about walking up 12 stories all the time. Retired Air Traffic Controller Mike Putty smiles as he walks up the staircase to the top of the old Stapleton Tower in Denver. It looks just like it did then, after huffing puffing up the 12-story stairway. Old Small, that was a home. There's another thing in here that you read that talks about walking up it every damn day. So, it was built in 24. And
so they didn't have any ADA rules then?
No, they had no ADA rules then, but I wonder if there was something there that they had to take out.
Well, maybe they didn't have one then.
Maybe the elevator broke and they didn't fix it when he was working there.
He's guilty. Aggravated, indecent.
Now, with one bag, you can kill weeds.
Found guilty.
For up to 4 months. And feed.
Did he go to jail?
Yeah.
Triple action, so your lawn thrives, guaranteed. Only from Scott's.
Oh, guilty sexual assault. Why was the...
Scott's yard. Pick up a bag of Scott's Triple Action today.
Talk about what's it called? Shit. When you go past the time, statute of limitations. Why is there not a statute of limitations? This was like in '73, wasn't it?
No, I think some of it was newer than that, but I don't know what year.
On 630 KO.
This is 2005. Is he laughing?
Well, I could be not a picture from current, you know. I mean, he's old.
His career's over, obviously.
Yeah.
And he was so funny. Jesus.
Oh, yeah, we went and saw him live, and my grandma used to have his albums.
Yeah.
I used to listen to those.
Got some old 8-track tapes.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. And, breaking news, Bill Cosby, was found guilty on all 3 counts of sexual assault, aggravated indecent assault, technically, aggravated indecent assault. I don't think it's shocking. It's weird because he made a deal with the prosecutor at one time. And he had to pay a fine and do some other things and admit to something. There was something there. And then they brought charges again. And it's a pretty stunning verdict. Now, we've been talking about nuggets of information and all kinds of cool stuff and banking stuff. Kenny's got a question on Become the Banker. Howard has a nugget for us. And then we're going to still have some fun. This show's all about knowledge, saving money, helping people. I love it. Kenny, what is your question about Become the Banker?
Yeah, Tom. I was wondering, like you said, you're borrowing your own money back.
Well, okay, that's technically a little inaccurate, but go ahead and I'll tell you why. But ask the question.
Yeah, I was just wondering, like you said, you're kind of borrowing your own money back. So I was wondering, when I die, if what's left in there goes to my spouse, if I borrowed like 95% of the money, if it's kind of your own money.
Okay, let's talk about it, because that's a great question. When you put in, let's just say you put in $100,000 of cash over time, or one lump, or whatever. You put in $100,000, and with interest, regular guaranteed 4% interest, and let's say the 1% dividend. And you're going to love this because it's going to answer every question. Let's say that $100,000 grew to about $114,000. Okay, now if you want to take out a loan of $14,000, you're not subtracting $14,000 from that account.
that 114 is still earning 5%, okay? Technically 4% plus a 1% dividend. So let's just talk about the interest, not that 1% dividend. So you're earning 4%. Now here's the deal. When you take out $14,000, the insurance company is going to charge you about 6%. Now that's a little high or low, but it's about 6%. Okay? So you're earning 4%, and you're being charged and you're being charged 6%. So you have a net loss on that 14 grand of 2%, okay? That's a net loss. Now, when you borrow the money, let's say you were going to make a purchase on a credit card, and the credit card is 16% interest or 20, whatever it is. You can set the interest rate as long as it's not, what do they call it, usury. So you borrow the 14 from yourself, but it really is borrowed from the insurance company, and they use your 14,000 of your policy as collateral. So you're being charged. It's costing you on that 14 grand negative 2%. The idea for you is to charge yourself, let's say, 12% interest. On that 12% interest, that 6% the company is paying you is taken away from that, and then you're making a positive 6% to your account. That goes back into your cash value, and that grows tax-free. So that's how a loan works. Now, let's say it's not the loan you use for appliances and vacations, but you're taking out the final loans, the retirement loans. People use it as income. So now let's say you've built up $200,000 in your lifetime, and you're going to start taking retirement checks. You take out, let's say, $5,000 a month or whatever to supplement Social Security. That $200,000 is still growing. That $5,000 is a loan, and you're not going to pay it back. So let's say whatever you take out at the time of your death, let's say you have a $500,000 death benefit. At the time of your death, the $200,000, or excuse me, the loans will be paid off completely, and your spouse will get whatever is left over in the death benefit. The death benefit will pay off all the loans, and your spouse gets the death benefit, and that's how it works.
Okay. That
so
makes sense.
It's just common sense and logical, nothing hidden. But I'll tell you, one person had a Become the Banker policy, and when they borrowed from themselves, they did not pay back any extra interest. And they were pissed off because they said, wait a minute, you know, I lost 2% on the money I borrowed. I said, well, of course, you have to charge yourself more interest. You have to pay more. And that's what the deal was. Do you have any other questions? If not, I'll move on. Kenny?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that
Good. All right. Thank you. Howard, do you have a nugget? Because we only have a few seconds. I'd rather let you hold if you have a nugget of information. Okay? Howard?
I do.
Okay, thank you. Please hang on. And Gary, hang on. We'll come back to you and more coming up.
If you plan on buying or selling a home, listen to this important message from Rex. There's no longer...
Good. Settled for 24. No, we're okay. And it was 60 something. No. That's what I never turned the clock. What was it really hard to sell? It's regular fees. They don't stick. They don't get water charges. 4,000. Yeah, maybe commercial 6 or 4 for 5 years in residential. Yeah. No, it was fair. It was fair. That's the best way to put it. Thank God I had a.
We can technically go back on that. No, you turn all the water.
What do you mean?
On the intellectual property.
No, because I waived everything until today. I mean, if they use it in the future, of course.
It'll drain out. If they say they would remove it, it'll drain out.
Yeah, the ironic part is, here, I'll show you.
Did they try, the attorney didn't try to give you any bullshit?
Oh, yeah, he did. Of course he did. What are you trying to say?
They canceled. So,
yup. Well, kind of, but really his whole argument was going to be that the contract was abandoned because we went 12 months without contacting him, but yet kept a listing up about paying because your credit card expired.
Oh, okay.
It's not a bad argument.
That was a tacit kind of termination. We should have terminated to mitigate.
That's right.
Okay, well, okay.
That's why I figured half's right. So where do you draw that line? 12 months or 6 months? So I figured, okay, we'll split the baby with you. But here's the only place, the intellectual property. It's kind of funny.
You showed it to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's off of an abandoned yellow page. They have no control over this if they had to, you know what I'm saying?
No.
I wonder what they paid the attorney. I bet they have at least $1,200 into the attorney. 12 hours?
Absolutely.
Doesn't that, it drives me crazy that they, yeah, whatever.
They just wouldn't.
It was fair. I'm glad, Mark, that's great. I like fair.
So Mark, this is the last, so what I do a half hour, then I do 15, 15, 15, 15. So this is the order of this one.
These are the only 4 of them right now, right?
Correct. So what I do is then I switch them around, and tomorrow it would go to, I would start out at
Ripping the doors off cabinets.
Frank Duran. That's how I do. So tomorrow will be Frank Duran, 888 Excel parents. The paper.
You sound like you're on remote with that headset.
Nobody ever bought.
Stop. You do. I'm not kidding you. What's weird about it is the guest sounds in studio.
Stop.
This is the paper, so for the.
You know what? There's no sense using it if I don't need it right now. So stop crying.
I'm not crying.
I know.
I'm just looking here.
Okay.
So this is here. This is simple.
3.
And then I took pictures.
Yeah.
And then basically all you're doing is plugging in the mouse. What's the other one?
So right up there.
So the camera can
Mark, I believe, you know,
plug it
you're
in
going to be
there.
on your own. You know
For
that.
some reason I was getting issues. It might have been the cord that we were having issues.
And then over here you got what?
This board.
Oh, okay. So you keep.
I love giving you shit. You know that?
You know, I grew up with sisters, and my friends gave me, the boy guys would give each other crap.
3-2. If you just remember.
Are you splitting now?
High school. No.
But I want to take this off because you'll cry about it.
I'm not crying. I'm just telling you. Mark sounds like he's in studio. You sound like you're at a football game. This is Howard
So you're saying
Cosell.
it's an exciting kind of sound.
Oh, it's very exciting. Tin can
It was
exciting.
something I wanted to run by you, and I was waiting for you to get here. What was it? I wanted to attack Clinton on something. Okay.
Oh, did you see that he proved
What?
beyond a reasonable doubt?
What?
No.
Did you do it yet?
Coming back.
Mark, no, it's not. He did not.
Mark threw it down.
The elevator shaft is absolutely there, and it went all the way to the top.
How do you know?
He was there.
He worked on
construction.
Oh, fuck. Then what's all that shit you were
Here's
showing me?
Here's why.
This is all
Hold on. I can just explain it. And I read it. It said that an elevator needs to be added because they abandoned the elevator, but the shaft is still there.
Oh, okay.
So you have to add the elevator.
Well, how do you know they didn't build it with just a shaft and no elevator?
Well, somewhere, and I couldn't find it. Somewhere there was a thing about an elevator that only held 2 people. But I couldn't find that.
Now that could be it. So who cares?
It was a small shaft. So.
Okay. Did you ever see the elevator?
No, it was not when I got
There was no. He's right. There was no elevator. They just put the shaft
Like
in.
Tom said though, during the thing,
He gave you the shaft.
Well, it was big.
elevator.
And speaking of small shafts, he's used to that.
Whoa. It was built clear back in 1924 without an elevator, so that was added at some time.
Who said it was built without an elevator?
Because I got the blueprint.
How do you know it was built in 1924?
Yeah, and how do you know it was without an elevator? No one said that.
The blueprints are dated 1924.
And there's no elevator.
No, there's no
They didn't even have elevators in 1924.
No, they had elevators.
You had to walk to the top of the Empire State
I am not
Building.
agreeing. I am not agreeing it was built without an elevator.
Someone whipped the horse and it would pull the elevator.
I am not agreeing. Call the historical
And the
society.
building next door, the 3-story building,
Not agreeing.
it was built sometime later on. Like in the.
He got you. There was no elevator in 1924.
That's not true. There were elevators. New York City, the Empire State Building.
Yeah, no, all stairs.
Oh, God.
People would leave for work very early.
Yeah. Parachutes, they've more.
We're going to have some fun.
Remember after 9/11, those companies were starting to sell those parachutes like you'd throw on at work if you had to jump out of a building.
Are you shitting me?
No, I'm not shitting. I'm surprised you don't remember that. They looked like, I don't know, little parachutes. So if you had to jump out, man.
God, can you imagine having that underneath your desk?
Boy, I tell you that.
Well, you know what the funny part is? You go, okay, burn, jump. A lot of people are going to jump.
People jump knowing that
They don't want to burn.
The panic is so bad that people think somehow they're going to be saved if they jump.
Well, it's got to be better than burning alive, though.
Just it's all horror. I jump.
I would too, over being burned alive. That final.
I'm going to head on downstairs and everything.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. This hour brought to you by Pro Auto Care. We're going to get right to the phones. We also have Genesis Total Exteriors with us. They also do interiors. We have so much fun
with all of the stuff we do on this show. This show is all about knowledge, helping people any way we can with help, information, referrals, making your life just a little easier. That's what I love to say. And we're counting down to the launch of a brand new website that means so much more than just a new website. There will be so much information on it, and lightning fast and just all new. And then coming up, an exciting app we'll disclose to you in the future. 303-713-TALK. And while we're talking about great stuff, Pro Auto Care, car nannies. Okay, that's the hook I have for them. They not only service your car and maintain it or fix emergencies, they will also keep track of your car for you and keep all of the service records. It's truly a really wonderful thing to have. We all live busy lives. They're like the concierge of the car, the nanny. They tell you when oil changes are due, when air filters or when suspension needs to be lubed, when you have to do certain checks, if valves need to be adjusted, whatever needs to be done, they keep track of it for you. You don't even have to think about it. And really, that's a wonderful thing. And in between every service, you get free roadside assistance when you're part of the Pro Auto family. 303-PRO-AUTO. Let's go to the phones. Now, here's what we're talking about. Problems, questions, complaints, plus nuggets. I want your nuggets, and if you call with a nugget of information, we'll love you for it. Our audience, we have such a smart audience. I started doing this the other day, and it works. Now, remember, there's a difference between a pearl and a nugget. The pearl of wisdom is...
I spit pearls.
Yeah,
you're more of a nuggets guy.
Yeah. Now pearls are wisdom and philosophical.
Exactly.
And the expression spitting pearls, I love the way Al Pacino used that in Scent of a Woman. And then here's the other thing. Nuggets are like useful life hacks. And we have had Mark coming up with them. He came up with a few. He said with a little crack in your windshield or a little bullet, you use clear nail polish and it goes away and it keeps it from spreading. Let's talk to Howard. What's your nugget, Howard?
Hey, Tom, first I want to thank you very much for all you do for the community and reaching out and helping everybody. And your show is amazing and your staff is as well. I just wanted to start off.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much. So what nugget do you have for us?
Well, the nugget is pretty amazing. It's an old mechanics trick that people that have plastic headlights on their cars.
Yeah, I'm excited.
If you take, get this now, off bug spray or anything with DET in it, and you spray it onto the headlight and you rub it, you know how they're yellowing and there's that film cover on it?
Yeah.
The DET reacts with the plastic and it makes that film go away rather than resurfacing a headlight.
Are you kidding me?
I'm telling you.
This is cool.
I did not. I couldn't believe it until I tried it one time, and I was like, it's incredible. You just spray that. You spray the bug, the DET bug spray. It's got to have the DET in it.
Now, is DET still in most pesticides?
You'll see it. It's an off and a lot.
Okay. Very cool. Thank you, Howard. What else do you have? That's a good one. Do you have anything else?
That's the best
okay.
one.
Well, thank you. What do you do? What do you do for a living, Howard?
Well, I was an auto tech for over 35 years, and now I'm retired.
Oh my goodness! Because I'll tell you, you're in high demand right now. Gary's got a question about the marijuana industry. Go ahead, Gary. Gary?
Hey, Tom, I want to thank you and
okay, man.
all your deputies.
Thank you. Thank you, deputies, too. They do a great job. What's going on?
Especially Mark. I'd have a bromance if I was
Hey,
there
I'm
today.
not a damn deputy.
No, he likes you. He's saying you're chief deputy sheriff. Anyway, go ahead. What's happening?
Well, I live in Texas, so I'm not familiar with what happens at these marijuana shops. But as I understand it, it's all cash transactions. Is
Yeah,
that
in
correct?
fact, that's because the banks chartered under federal charters refuse to take the cash. The state banks also refuse because of FDIC, and it's amazing. So what's happened to our cash depositories with big safes where people keep cash, it's crazy.
Okay, well, how do they spend that? When they deliver this cash to the state or the city for the taxes, does the state or the city go out to their contractors and pay them in cash and tell them this is marijuana funds, so don't report it, or how does that all work?
They have to do cash, and they have to report it, and there's another problem. There are some businesses that won't take cash, and especially they won't take cash for marijuana. Now, Suzanne's whispering in my ear, and Suzanne says there are some banks that will allow
Some
marijuana
smaller
dispensaries.
ones, yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
For sure.
they
I think they're
do.
credit unions.
They're credit, yeah. Mark's
And
right.
Some are starting to take credit cards.
You're not Clinton me right now, are you?
No. Nope.
That's
I learned that, I believe, from our marijuana attorney we've had on a few
That's an inside
times.
joke because Clint knows everything, and I want to tell you something. He really probably does. He knows about 99% of the stuff he says is right on, and he knows a little bit about everything, so we joke about it. We call him Clintopedia, and we also call him Forrest Gump. But I grabbed him on one thing. Okay, and here's the thing I grabbed him on. He said that the tower at the tower at Stapleton did not have an elevator.
And we're still not sure it did.
Oh, stop. Here's the thing.
It has an elevator shaft, but who's to say they ever put an elevator in there?
Well, let's just say this. He said that he was on the committee looking for a tower for Front Range, and I remember that. He was one of the original guys out there. And he said it was made clear, listen, guys, this is not ADA compliant, and it does not have an elevator. And I can see that. It didn't have an elevator, but it had a shaft. So they abandoned the elevator, obviously. They're going to sell the tower to Front Range. They never did do that, by the way. So then he said they did have an elevator that went to like the 6th floor or something, and then you had or the 3rd floor, and then you had to walk up the rest. And I said, that's BS. Mark Szymanski was doing some work out there, and he says, look, I saw an elevator shaft. I also called a friend of mine who was familiar with it and said, for sure it had an elevator. Because do you really think that somebody is going to walk up 12 floors, Mark? 120 feet.
Do I really think that? Of course not.
And they would require everyone who works at DI. So here's what I need to know.
Well, ADA is the biggest thing nowadays.
Yeah, but nowadays. But back in 1924, they didn't have it. But certainly with the Empire State Building stuff, they had elevators. Here's what I want to ask. Okay? I want to ask if anyone, not like Mark. Mark is an eyewitness, and he saw an elevator shaft. And Mark jokingly says, our Mark Major says, well, how do we know an elevator was there? But here's what I want. Has anyone, certainly someone who's listening to this show, or someone knows somebody, if you're listening, you know somebody who has some connection to Stapleton.
Or
maybe
worked in the control tower.
Yeah, maybe they were a controller, an air traffic controller, or maybe they took a tour as a school kid or whatever. I would like to know if you experienced an elevator that went to the top, because according to Clint, it did not have an elevator except to the 3rd floor, which I call BS. Burn, BS, burn. And anyway, so I want to know, did we catch him on another? Did I catch him on? No, that was it. That was it. Mostly everything that he said is pretty accurate. Okay, 303-713-8255. Clint, don't bother. He's going through his evidence file. We want to just figure this out. Okay, now let's talk. Gary, did you have any other questions about the cash? Apparently, some small banks do take the money, but I
Credit
doubt
unions.
Oh, come on. Are you sure, Mark?
Yeah, they're not banks, they're credit
But are you
unions.
sure they take marijuana deposits?
Yeah, of course.
You know that there are
Yes, there are some,
Yeah.
not all, that take credit unions.
We were
yes.
looking into trying to figure out how to get around it, and we found out that there was already credit unions doing it.
What do you mean get around it? Why? Did you want to open
Open a credit union or open a bank.
Oh, you wanted to open something for them. You're not in the dispensary business, are you? Not yet. See, that's one
There you
business. That's one business he doesn't have. Do you have any other questions, Gary?
Yeah. Why
What?
don't you open the Troubleshooter Credit Union?
You know, one time when the banking crisis was going on, I threatened to open a bank because I wanted to just do it the right way, because I thought it was really immoral the way that banks, if people are making payments, how they can call things due based on loan to value. Like, let's say you take out a loan on something and the value of that something goes down. Well, they say, oh, wow, whoa, our collateral, we don't have collateral anymore. But if they're making their payments, I contend, by forcing them to come due with the balance, you're forcing a hardship, and you shouldn't be able to do that. Now, on home loans, of course, they don't do that. Home values go up and down all the time. But they can do that with commercial, and they can do that with other things. If the value goes down, they can do a capital call, and that can be devastating, especially when all value goes down, and all the owners are looking to sell. Then values go down even more. Now, remember the guy that said you can use DET on a headlight? And that's in a pesticide, and it'll resurface it, take out all the yellow? Jacob wants to refute it. Go ahead, Jacob.
Yeah, I was just wanted to say that it does work, but what it actually does is it melts the headlight, so it'll actually come back in a couple days, and it's actually really bad for your car, because if it drips on your paint job, it could actually mess up your paint job too. And what he was talking about, it's not DET, it's DEET, D-E-E-T.
Now, Jacob, you say it does work at first, but then it comes back?
Yes, because it's actually melting your headlight. Like, the chemical, I guess, is so strong that it eats the plastic.
And what does it do? Kind of like dissolve the part that has the yellow on it?
Right. It's like the clear coat that's actually on your lens that is turning yellow.
But then why would it come back?
I don't know. It just does very easily.
Why? Did you try it?
Yes, I did, actually. And some of it actually got on the car, and like I said...
No, I know that part. That part, loud and clear. Thank you.
He made me think of something.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I was a newspaper kid when I was like 13, 14.
Yeah.
This one lady drove me nuts, okay?
Yeah.
So we decided to toilet paper her house. Not only did we toilet paper it, and me and this other kid, but we took some shaving cream and put it on her car. I had no idea, and he just made me think of this, what the shaving cream would do to the car.
It'll etch it.
Well, it ate the paint, so everything we put on there did it.
Okay. Frank Duran, the real estate man, is a great man. Not only a great man, a great friend, and he will bend over backwards as a real estate broker, whether you're buying or selling. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. When I say the best, I mean that literally. The best you'll have at negotiating either way, whether you're buying or selling. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Okay. David Salisbury says, when you're estate planning and you have a disabled child, that takes a very special plan. Now, David, of course, does trust, probate, wills, and estate planning of all kinds. David, we often get calls from parents, and they have children with disabilities. So what are you talking about?
What I'm talking about, Tom, is if you have a child, whether a minor or even adult child that you're taking care of, who is disabled and receiving some kind of government benefit like Social Security income or Social Security disability, if you leave assets directly to them, now they've got assets and they will no longer be eligible for those benefits. So there is a very specific kind of trust that you can leave those assets into. It's called either a special needs trust or a supplemental needs trust. Money goes in there. The child cannot access it anytime they want. You have someone else who's the trustee, and they can only use that money for purposes that are not covered by the government. For example, if you wanted to get dental work done, Medicaid and Medicare doesn't pay for that, so this trust could do that. It just can't give him the money anytime he wants, and therefore he doesn't have control over it, he or she, and it's not considered part of their assets.
But, David, if they want to go on a vacation or something with the money or buy something, can they?
They can go on a vacation. They could buy a new TV.
Okay.
All of that's controlled by the trustee, though.
Okay, and that's important that you line it up before they need it, obviously.
Oh, absolutely. Once the money hits their hand, Tom, it's too late.
That is such good advice. David Salisbury has great advice. Give him a call, always complimentary initial consultations, and he does pricing by the job, not hourly. It's great. If you want something done, he'll say it'll cost this much, and you do it. You don't have to worry about that nickel and diming that you can sometimes have with attorneys. 720-493-3911. 720-493-3911.
This report is brought to you by U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration.
The highway drive in the metro area in pretty good shape right now. Just a little bit of slowing on westbound I-70 in the elevated portion. Otherwise, the drive on I-70 wide open through the heart of the city. No delays on I-25 from Thornton and North Glen through downtown into the Tech Center. So if you're heading out for lunch, now's a good time to do it. Just be careful out there. You should be in good shape. Up in the high country, Highway 6 is closed once again in Clear Creek Canyon for rock scaling work. The weather forecast, decreasing clouds later this afternoon with a cool high of 59. Tonight, mostly clear in the overnight hours and a low of 37. Right now, overcast skies in Denver and 46. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
Your unused prescription drugs could end up misused or stolen. Keep them safe. Clean them out. Take them back at DEA's National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, April 28th. Find a collection site at DEATakeback.com.
Know how to live longer and better? Well, the director of the Center for the Biology of Aging at Harvard Medical School says, quote, NAD is the closest we've gotten to a fountain of youth. NAD is one of the most important molecules for life to exist, close quote. And MIT's director of the Biology of Aging says that NAD is going to help people stay healthier and longer in life. NAD is a B vitamin that's critical to energy production. NAD clinics are now opening all across the country as the new go-to therapy to achieve mental clarity, higher energy, anti-aging, as well as for health issues, including addictions, Lyme disease, and many more. The Grossman Wellness Center now offers NAD as an IV therapy, which is the optimal way for the body to absorb NAD with the best results. Learn how NAD can improve your health with a free NAD consultation at Grossman Wellness through April. Call the Grossman Wellness Center at 303-233-4247 and learn how IV NAD can change your life. 303-233-4247 for your free consult.
Attention all men. Have Viagra and Cialis let you down? Think your best days are behind you? Think again. If you suffer from any type of erectile dysfunction, regardless of your age or medical history, the doctors at Evolution Medical Group can help you now. There's no pain, no needles, no surgery, and no medication. Just the newest available proven treatment from Europe using acoustic energy waves. Their FDA-cleared medical device regenerates blood vessels and erectile tissue with short in-office sessions. Safe and effective ED treatment. No pills, no needles, no side effects. Call now for full information. Call 303-420-8955. That's 303-420-8955. If Viagra and Cialis have let you down, call Evolution Medical Group at 303-420-8955 today and get your sex life back. Call 303-420-8955 or visit their website at evolutionmedicalgroup.com.
Ross Kaminsky, mornings 5 to 10.
A lot of people believe there's too much money in politics, but not Richard Ron. He says we should eliminate campaign finance contributions. Richard Ron joins me at 7:06 Friday morning, right here on 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. One Clear Choice Garage Doors. If you need any work on a garage door, One Clear Choice Doors is simply the best when it comes to how they operate, because they do free inspections, tune-ups, hinge bolt tightening, cable inspection and adjustments, free when you mention Martino. Their real purpose is to find something that they can help you with, because they want to be your garage door company. Listen, there's no secret. So what? Have them do it. Have them do that free inspection. But if you want to buy a garage door opener that's whisper quiet, $333, they start at, they're beautiful. Now, they also have new garage doors. I have purchased about everything you can from them, and I love them. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. 303-565-6409. Mark says he has information on the control tower. Let's hear it, because we've been having this discussion here that first, that it wasn't built with a elevator at all, or that an elevator was added but just goes up 3 floors and all the controllers had to walk up the next 12 flights or whatever, or 9 flights, or an adjacent building had an elevator and they'd have to walk across and then walk up another 7 flights. We've been having all kinds of discussion on it, and I just want someone who knows. I refuse to believe that the DIA control tower at Stapleton did not have an elevator. Mark.
Okay, I can say this because I'm black. I'm not shucking and jiving.
Okay.
All right, just get that out of the way. So I would bet you, but you know, pretty much.
Okay.
You do enough for enough people. I don't want to take nothing away from you. Just called Punch Bowl Social. They are in the Stapleton Tower.
Yep.
They do have an elevator. It only goes up 2 flights, and it's closed. I think, and that'd be great if you could see the view of the Denver area, because remember, like the top of the Rockies, you could do that.
Yeah.
But
What are you saying? I mean, Mark Szymanski worked on that punch bowl, and he said
that there is an elevator.
There's a shaft that goes all the way up.
But I just talked to him. You can call him yourself.
But we're not talking about now, Mark. We're talking about back in the day, though.
Oh, I don't know about back in the day, but I'm just saying now they have an elevator. Only goes up 2 flights.
Okay, good.
Because of liabilities or whatever else. But they're trying to get it to work. But yes, I don't know back in the day. I would figure that Mark might be right. I mean, he is.
Well, thank you for not shucking and jiving.
Well, Tom, I was going to get you on that and say that you should be using bamboozled or hoodwinked or something that's, less offensive, but I'll say it for you.
Well, I'll tell you, hoodwinked.
Why is that? What's offensive about shucking and jiving?
I don't know. I guess Mark felt it was probably associated with blacks, and that's why he said I'm black, and I can say it. I didn't know that shucking and jiving.
I had no idea.
I didn't either. Joseph, you say you have some control tower information. Go ahead.
Well, I think it was 1963. I was 9 years old, and I went to a summer camp for YMCA.
Yeah.
And they did have an elevator that went all the way to the top.
Thank you very much. Okay, so we found at least one thing, Deputy Clintopedia, we're going to have to amend.
That's hearsay, though.
He went there directly. Hey, Jim, what about you?
Well, in 1983, I was stationed in Denver as a pilot with United Airlines.
Yeah.
And at that time, the tower would let us take tours, and I can tell you, I took an elevator to the top.
Well, thank you.
And I had guests with me from Australia, and no way could they have possibly walked up 12 stories. So I know for a fact that the elevator was there and it went to the top, and also when it was Stapleton, it was DEN, not DIA.
And you know what? It was. Thank you. I forget about that. You're right. Yep, of course you are. Jim, who'd you fly for?
United Airlines.
How long?
Just under 32 years.
When did you retire?
In 98.
Oh, so you got okey-doked on that pension deal, didn't you?
Oh, boy, did I ever.
That's too bad, man. Okay, Jim, thank you. Wow, that is pretty awesome. I took the spray?
I had a buddy.
Far over.
I had a buddy, Tom Doug, who flew for United for years. He had the sought-after route of, across the world.
Right.
He was going to retire with about $11,000 a month in pension.
Right.
You know what it turned out to be after they okey-doked their employers?
What?
$2,000. That's how bad it was.
Oh, my God. And there's nothing...
Thanks, United.
Nothing they could do about it.
Not a damn thing.
Victoria, what's happening with you? Victoria?
Oh, hello. Hi, Tom.
Can I help you?
Yes.
What's happening?
Well, my parents had hired a contractor to do some front door work, a new frame and a door install.
Okay.
And they had paid them a check back on March 13th, which they quickly cashed on March 14th. And they had
How much was it for?
The total project was going to be $26.23.
How much was the check?
The check was for $1,574.05.
$1,500 down. And so what happened?
Well, the completion date on the bid form stated 15 days from the date they received the deposit. So that's long gone. My father's contacted them through email, text.
Wait, have they done anything?
Pigeon.
Have they done
No.
Wait,
nothing.
They have done nothing.
Zero.
You know how much I hear this? I am so pissed off. Mark, I hear this all the time.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
I know.
I mean, we had that great big one with that house that you guys...
Yeah, you guys, you were helping us with it. Hey, Victoria, listen.
Yeah.
The name of the company is?
Risen Contractor Group.
Risen Contractor Group. And where'd you find them?
My folks had actually had some other work done by them previously, which seemed to go well. So they initiated an additional service by them to do the doors.
Man, I hope they're not a Christian organization. I mean, the name Risen. I
I know.
hope. No, I'm hoping they don't give a bad name. So hold on. So she had other work done. What do you think's going on with Risen?
Well, they claimed the one time that my father had been able to reach them that they had other jobs they were doing, they were overstretched, whatever the case may be.
This
but
is
they
terrible.
accepted the money. They agreed to do the job, and now they've basically not communicated with them at all.
What are you thinking, Suzanne?
Tom, I just tried to call him on his cell,
no.
and the mailbox is full. So I'm going to shoot him a text here in a little bit.
Okay, it sounds to me like they're in trouble. Yeah, man, it's all, whenever you get the voice box full and all of that, what is the guy's name behind Risen?
Shane Dislisel, D-I-S-L-I-S-E-L.
Dislisel.
Correct.
Dislisel, D-I-S-L-I-S-E-L. Shane Dislisel. Okay, well, listen, we're starting to go for the jugular. What jurisdiction is this? Because we'll go for the Contractors Trust Act. What jurisdiction is this? I mean,
what county?
I guess I should ask. I'm sorry. What county is it, Victoria?
Well, the address on the bid form comes up as Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Okay.
We don't know anybody in El Paso yet. We got to get that handled.
We got to get that. We got to meet with the El Paso DA. We are starting to make good agreements with our people around here. So it's in the Springs.
Right.
Okay. Mark, we have to ask some of our people down there if they know about these people. Because when there's a bad group...
I wonder if Moses knows about them.
Yeah, God, Moses would have been great.
He's my favorite contractor in that area, period.
If you need anything, what's the... it's Peak what?
Peakview.
Peakview Home Improvements.
This guy, he's done bathrooms down there for... he's an incredible man.
He's done work for me. This guy is great. Moses at Peakview. I'm telling you this for the future, Victoria. Hold on. Deputy Clint... Can we make this a bit of a priority because and see if we can shake them up down there? And Suzanne started with a text.
I found the building department guys down there know everybody.
Good. Can you contact them?
Yeah.
And then Suzanne is going to start with a text. 303-713-8255. We got a bunch more coming right up.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station with Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
From the Fox Business Network, on Wall Street, stocks rising in afternoon trading, helped by strong quarterly earnings reports from large U.S. companies. And not a good day on Wall Street for shares of AT&T. The stock down over 7% and on pace for its worst single-day percentage drop since November of 2008. AT&T missing earnings and revenue expectations when the company reported its quarterly results. And although the first flight to the Aloha State is a while away, Southwest Airlines will fly to 4 airports in Hawaii once the carrier launches its much-anticipated service to the state. The 4 Hawaii destinations will be Oahu, Maui, Kauai, and the Big Island, Kona. Southwest not revealing specific dates or routes as it awaits certification to fly its Boeing 737s on the long overwater routes between Hawaii and the U.S. mainland. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Hillary Barsky.
Every business needs great people, and the better way to find them. Something better than posting your job online and just praying for the right people to see it. ZipRecruiter revolutionized hiring. Their technology finds great candidates for you. No wonder 80% of employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site in just one day. Goodbye post and pray. Hello ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Try it for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This report is brought to you by U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration.
If you're heading out for lunch on the highway drive, you're going to be in pretty good shape across town. Just a little blip of slowing on northbound I-25 downtown between Colfax and Spear. Otherwise, I-25 wide open through the heart of the city. No delays on I-70 from Golden, Arvada, all the way out to Pena Boulevard. Got to catch a flight. Pena Boulevard wide open in both directions at this time. Trouble-free on the Turnpike. No delays on 270 in Commerce City. And the drive on 225 in good shape out in Aurora as well. The weather forecast. Decreasing clouds later on today with a cool high of 59. Tonight, clear overnight and a low of 37. Right now, overcast skies in Denver and 46. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
Your unused prescription drugs could end up misused or stolen. Keep them safe. Clean them out. Take them back at DEA's National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, April 28th. Find a collection site at DEATakeback.com.
Student loans, car loans, high-interest credit card loans, debt adds up for all of us, but there are ways around it. Hey guys, it's Ross Kaminsky for my friends at American Financing, and I'm here to remind you that refinancing your home loan is an easy way to save a lot of money. Think of it this way. A lower interest rate means lower monthly bill payments, and mortgage interest rates are far more competitive than a student loan or credit card rate. I'm talking rates in the low single digits versus rates in the high double digits. Why wouldn't you consolidate that high interest debt by refinancing your mortgage? You'll speak with a salary-based mortgage consultant who will customize a loan to fit your needs. They're already saving customers up to $1,000 a month, plus there are no upfront fees at American Financing. You could close on your new loan in as fast as 10 days and may be able to postpone up to 60 days of mortgage payments. Get in touch with American Financing at 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
Visit Lady Luck Casino Blackhawk for exhilarating gaming action and non-stop thrills. Play the hottest new slot machines or grab a seat at our exciting table games, including craps, roulette, and blackjack. Grab a bite to eat at Otis and Henry's restaurant and indulge in mouth-watering burgers. Then end your night in one of our luxurious hotel rooms. Plan your trip to Lady Luck Casino Blackhawk today. Must be 21. All terms, conditions, rewards, and benefits are subject to change or revocation without notice. Eligibility and exceptions apply. See official promotional rules. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. Hey, Mark. Ha, 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 ha. A guy writes and says, I'm on the board of directors of a credit union in Denver. It's illegal to take marijuana money, and I know of no credit unions that take marijuana money. So, okay.
I'm going to get some clarification on what I was told then.
Okay, so therefore, Mark's nuggets are crusty. Crusty nuggets. It means it's not all true. It's not all true. Okay, so let's talk to who you want to talk to, Mark. Bring him up.
Punch Bowl Man.
Now
Mike,
that
what's
one,
up?
Wait, Mike, are you talking about the Punch Bowl restaurant?
He must be.
Yes,
Stapleton.
Social in Stapleton.
Yeah, because that's the one that Mark Szymanski worked on, along with a lot of other contractors, and the guy is stiffing people for nearly $1 million.
Yep.
So we're gonna go after him.
So what say you?
Well, I assume we have one of the largest contracts on that project, and we're owed about $90,000.
Whoa. What happened? I didn't hear this part, guys. The guy
Oh, man, okay,
Mark,
so
what happened?
this big job apparently gets a lot of contractors. The general hasn't been paid, so he's not to blame. Mark, go ahead. What else?
Well, and then, and it's my understanding that, that the owner's not giving the money for the GC to pay us all.
Where is the owner?
He lives here in Denver. I got a phone call I haven't been able to share yet from a gentleman who says this guy is based out of Denver but is ripping people off from
across the country
east to west coast, and it is bad.
But he owns the property? I mean, that property's got quite a bit.
He owns Punch Bowl, and Punch Bowl, they're renting.
Oh, just the restaurant?
Yeah, but Punch Bowl is national, Mark. It's a franchise. Not necessarily a
I
franchise.
understand. He doesn't own the building.
Yeah, it's a national brand, though, and it's his national brand, right? They're based here.
Is it still open, Mark?
Hold on. Investors.
What, Mike?
But Robert Thompson is the CEO, as far as I know. My understanding is there may be investment groups, investors involved, but at the top of all of it is Robert Thompson. And yeah, my understanding is he's doing this pretty much coast to coast.
It's amazing. I mean,
it sucks.
It's so much money. It's like, God. You wonder if people go in with the intention to do it, or did it fall apart? I mean, does anybody know? What do you think, Mark?
I'm guessing they're busy and they're doing fine in Stapleton. I mean, it's a great location.
But the rest of the ones aren't working,
I don't
or
know,
what?
Maybe, or they're just getting built too. I think he's.
Mike, where do you think it's going to end up?
There's some people that just don't pay.
Well, I'm sure this will end up in court. I think this is part of their MO. They are hoping
to settle for less.
People will go away. The ones that don't will settle. And I think this is the way they operate.
That sucks.
Hey, I got to ask you something, Tom. Hey, Mike, thanks, man. Listen.
Yeah.
So, tell me what you would do. A car deal. You're within $200. You're the dealer.
Okay.
Do you take it or no? $200. So a $10,000 to $20,000 car.
Okay. It depends on my haircut I took, but
Do you? Okay, let's say you already took a haircut. Do you kill it for an additional $200 or not?
If I thought there was a prayer of selling it soon, I wouldn't. It depends. Like if I'm really down slim and I'm going, I don't know. It depends. How long did I have?
Let's say you're already losing money.
Well, then I take it. I would take the 200 loss.
Yeah, I agree with you if you're moving the inventory. Now, saying that, I got to give a shout out. Okay.
Okay.
Has nothing to do with that.
Okay.
Arapahoe Honda, who's not on our referral list, as you know.
And you're not doing this because of a deal you got.
No,
I know. I understand.
Absolutely not. They're great to work with.
Right.
Their internet price.
You deal with them all the time.
Well, I shop all three. They know that.
Right.
I've bought a lot from McDonald's.
Right.
I bought a lot from Shortline. This time I ended up buying from them.
Yeah.
Their internet pricing, when they say this is a bottom line, they're not kidding. They actually have the best internet pricing
but it's the
on their
bottom line.
website.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I tried to beat the hell out of them. They don't move from it.
Okay.
And if anybody can beat the hell out of them, it's me. But if you're looking for a Hyundai, make sure you check there.
Well, we should get them on a referral.
Gary, what's going on with you?
Hyundai's, though, I just want to say something. That brand has come up so drastically.
Yeah, but it's been good for a long time. I mean, Hyundai, 100,000 mile warranty,
but it used to be
5-year bumper.
Yeah, but it was laughable in the beginning. But I'm saying they're up there with everyone. They're up there with Toyota. They're up there with Nissan. They are
so the Elantra I just bought for Addie.
Yeah.
13 grand.
I can't believe you get a brand new car
with that warranty.
Why would you buy a used?
It's even got the mirrors that tell you
brand
not
new
to
car.
switch lanes.
Brand new car.
13,000, and it's not even their smallest. Mark, their smallest is the Accent. They're like 11 down there.
Okay.
Here's one more thing though. Here's what blows me away. Because I shopped them.
By the way, I want to tell people. Hold on.
How is Shortline 4 or 5 grand higher on the same vehicle?
I got to tell people. I swear to God, he got no special deal because of this conversation. I know. Okay. I just want to make it clear.
Let's do this.
Gary,
what's going on?
Gary.
My own?
Yeah, man. What's happening?
Hey, about 3 weeks ago, I rented a U-Haul trailer from one of those independent places.
Yeah?
And the guy didn't tighten the trailer on my hitch, and on the way home, the trailer came off. And I was able to pull off of the road, but the trailer tongue went under my vehicle and hit the exhaust, bent the exhaust forward.
I'm not so sure that wasn't your responsibility.
Yeah, but if they hooked it up and took that responsibility, it's going to be cloudy. It could be their problem.
Yeah, I went back and talked to the guy, and he said, "Did you buy the U-Haul insurance?" And I said, "No, but the U-Haul insurance does not cover my vehicle. It covers the trailer and the content."
Was the trailer damaged?
Trailer was not damaged.
Okay, so would your insurance company pay? I'm just curious if yours will.
Well, it's only $130 to fix the exhaust.
Then they're crazy if they don't pay that. Does the guy admit he hooked it up?
Yes.
Well, then what's the...
They always hook them up, I think.
Come on, $130.
What are they saying then?
Saying I didn't buy the U-Haul insurance. Too bad. And
but
I said, well...
Do they admit...
What dealer is it?
Did they admit they hooked it up?
Yeah, he said they did. What dealer is it?
That's ridiculous.
Well, it's a place called Affordable Used Furniture at 86 and I-76.
And they do U-Haul?
Yeah, they have a lot of U-Haul stuff there.
U-Hauls are weird. They're in small little places everywhere.
Yeah, but if you think about it, that's a smart business model. If they sell furniture and then they can rent you the trailer to take it home.
Yeah. So I just wondered, if it's worth pursuing in small claims.
Well, I think you'll win. I do personally. If they admit that they hooked it up and you did nothing but drive home, how could they not be responsible?
Well, and he's only asking for $130. I mean, so did you bring him a bill and say, "Give me my money," or what'd you do?
Well, I told him that I got a quote to fix it for $130.
Clint, go call these people.
What's wrong with it for $130? What's wrong with it?
He said the exhaust was something.
Oh, he had to replace a section of the exhaust from where it was to the right muffler.
That's it. Just that.
Yeah.
They are crazy. They are crazy to question it.
And I said, "Would you like to go to small claims?" And he said, "Get on the list, buddy."
Oh, man, that sucks.
Gary, hold on. We're going to
call. I'm interested to see what Rob has to say about this dispensary cash.
Rob, what do you got, sir?
For the cash, man.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, I know for a fact, opening weekend for the Rockies, we stopped by a dispensary and got some edibles, and we paid with our debit card. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but that's different, though, than...
There's definitely people that can pay with a debit card or a credit card.
You're allowed to use your own. You can use your own money any way you want.
I bet the receipt said something weird. What did it say? Do you know?
I don't remember. I'd have to look.
I was reading something.
Oh, he's claiming, I see what he's saying, even though he's allowed to do anything he wants with his money, they must have an account in order to use the card.
I'm pretty sure there's a credit union doing this stuff, too, but maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know. So, but yeah, we use our card. So.
All right, thank you, Rob.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we're holding to see if Clint can get through to this other guy. Mark, I got to ask you something. Are those windows any good that are solar? Honestly, that you're selling?
Well, we stopped.
Oh, you quit selling them? I came in halfway through that conversation. I missed that. You did. You don't sell them anymore?
Okay, Tom Gleason out of Las Vegas flaked on us. And, no, we stopped, and I'm in the process of refunding the people.
Oh, that sucks.
You know,
are we going after this guy?
Well, I'm putting everything together from my lawyer now, and then he's going to go pursue it.
God, I had no idea, man.
Yeah, so we stopped.
That sucks.
And, you know, I'm in the process right now of starting to pay people back.
What do you got, Suzanne?
Mark, I have a good nugget of information.
What do you got?
The guy couldn't hold, but he says if you have a cut and you don't have Band-Aids, pour black pepper on your cut. It will stop the bleeding immediately.
God,
I've never heard that before.
That sounds horrible. That's like
sounds painful.
If you're on fire, you know, jump into a pool of gasoline. I don't know. I don't know about that. You put pepper on an open cut?
Yeah, if you're bleeding and you don't have a Band-Aid, it'll stop.
All right, 303-713-8255. Let's take a quick break. We're going to be back after these messages.
This report is brought to you by U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration.
Got a crash on the west side of town on the northwestbound off-ramp from C-470 onto eastbound I-70, clogging up your drive on that stretch. Once you get past the crash, you should be in good shape. No delays on I-70 east of there. Just watch out for delays on the west side. Off-highway, got a water main break there. That's affecting your drive on Sheridan between 35th and 38th. Best to avoid it altogether. And up in the high country, Highway 6 closed once again in Clear Creek Canyon for rock scaling work. The weather forecast, decreasing clouds later on today with a cooler high of 59. Right now, overcast skies in Denver, and we're sitting at 46. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
Your unused prescription drugs could end up misused or stolen. Keep them safe. Clean them out. Take them back at DEA's National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, April 28th. Find a collection site at DEATakeback.com.
If you plan on buying or selling a home, listen to this important message from Rex. There's no longer any reason to pay 6% to sell your home. Introducing Rex. Rex sells homes for the lowest fee in the industry, 2% total, saving consumers thousands of dollars per transaction. With Rex, you get a full-service team backed by technology. They don't market homes the way traditional agents do. Rex uses big data and machine learning to attract hundreds of qualified buyers directly to your home the moment it goes on the market. And Rex Real Estate charges only 2% total, not the 6% commission your local broker expects. Get started now by calling 833-REX-HOME. Rex can also help you buy a home. Your licensed Rex agent will arrange showings, negotiate offers, guide you through escrow, and even get you pre-qualified for a mortgage at the lowest available rate. Rex is with you every step of the way. To speak with a Rex representative, call now at 833-REX-HOME. That's 833-REX-HOME. CALBRE license 100077876.
Spring is in the air. Time to think about your lawn and trees. Give Mr. Green Jeans Lawn and Tree Care Services a call. Mr. Green Jeans can make your lawn and trees look better than ever, and at up to 30% less than the other companies. If you need lawn fertilization or aerating, tree spraying or feeding, also irrigation service, you have to call Mr. Green Jeans. Since 1991, owners Bob and Tammy with their son Travis have provided these services. Licensed by the Colorado Department of Agriculture in lawn and tree using only Colorado products. Call 303-426-4945.
You may not believe it.
You are lying to me right now.
But it's actually really easy to win.
It was pretty easy.
$1,000.
That is crazy.
It's the 16K a day giveaway. Listen every hour at 5 past the hour. Weekdays 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. on 630 KHOW. Brought to you by Wind River Spas. Making hot tubs for 40 years since 1978. A local manufacturer made in Colorado for Colorado. Wind River Spas. Made with one goal in mind. A durable, high-quality tub you can use for years. WindRiverSpas.com.
Oh, I can't wait till after the market closes. You know why? Do you know why, Mark? I told you over the break.
Yeah, Microsoft's report's coming out.
Microsoft reports. I got a lot of Microsoft. I'm really hoping they do good. Judged off of everything I saw yesterday, all the other earnings that came out, I think Microsoft's going to do wonderful. Yesterday, the surprising one to me.
Chipotle.
Who eats at Chipotle? Didn't people like die there?
Yeah.
The new CEO has turned it around. I think he was a guy that, if I recall, I hope I'm getting this right. He turned around Taco Bell. Taco Bell was having a hell of a time a while back, and I think he turned this around. The guy's got a lot of connections with, like, who does Doritos? Frito-Lay?
Yeah, well, that's all Pepsi. Pepsi owns Taco Bell, KFC.
This guy's got all these connections up there, but Chipotle, they were supposed to be, I don't know, somewhere like $1.50 to $1.80 per share. It turned out to be in the lower to mid twos. I mean, it was incredible, but all the earnings yesterday were just unbelievable.
So my youngest son, he's 15 now, but he bought his first share of Microsoft 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
So he'll be excited.
Suzanne's 401k is, I think, all Microsoft. And now I might have diversified it a little, but it's almost all Microsoft, down in the 80s.
Wow.
Well, 2 years ago, you must have been down around there. Hell, you could have been less than that, actually, your son.
Yeah.
It's an incredible stock. I think it's going to break $100 in the next couple days. I think earnings today after the bell are going to be great. Now, for the day traders out there listening, it's nerve-wracking. Do you sell? Because in the last 24 hours, it's up $3 or $4 a share.
With anticipation?
Yeah, but do you take the massive profit now, or do you wait till after the bell?
Right.
And then if it isn't, here's what's really scary these days. Costco is a perfect example. Not this quarter, but their last quarter. They crushed it. You go to Costco?
Oh, yeah, I'm a big Costco.
Have you ever been to a Costco that you don't have to wait in line and, like, weave in and out of people?
Yeah, and fight for your samples.
And fight for the same. It's an amazing place.
Yeah.
But they came out, they crushed earnings, crushed them. Everybody cashed out, like, within 12 hours because they figured that was it.
Right.
So even though they crushed everything, the stock ended up tumbling the next day. That's the stuff with trading.
So much that is automatically sell. You know, it hits a price and then, you know.
The computers.
Right.
Yeah, well, a lot of times that's what happens, too. When we have a day where the Dow's down 400 or 500, all these automated systems start clicking, click, 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 click. But learning to trade is really cool. And what I've learned over the years, now I'm not talking day trading. Day trading is a completely different thing. Day trading, you're watching a pattern, you jump in, you cash out. I mean, I never hold over. If I'm truly day trading, you never hold overnight. You just don't.
You don't.
In fact, if you're on margin or day trading buying power, you can't hold overnight or else you get a strike against you. But trading, I am really starting to learn 2 to 4 day moves. Like Microsoft today, I'm going to hold it, but I'm going to liquidate it within the next 2 days, maybe tomorrow. I'm going to take the profit if it comes out. Now, if it falls, I won't liquidate it. But it's learning those moves constantly, and what really sucks is you want all the money in the world.
Right.
I don't understand how Warren Buffett, for example, well, of course I understand it. He's got all the money in the world.
Right.
So.
Well, you know, it's so funny. You like a company like Chipotle. I mean, you think, okay, they're still sustainable and they're going to be a good company and they're going to correct their problems. Buy it when they had all those problems.
I know, but it's terrifying.
It is scary.
It's terrifying. Like
well, Facebook when they did their IPO,
they crushed yesterday.
But all saying, remember the stock would dumped.
Yeah.
That was the days to buy the day after its IPO.
Alibaba I killed on. I mean, I got into their IPO and I thought I bought too high, but man, it once again it's crushed. All these, man, the market right now is insane. It's on fire. I don't think it's going to turn. This earnings, everybody was saying everybody's going to be 16 to 18% up because of the tax cuts and because of the economy. I think it's going to be higher than that. I mean, like Chipotle, once again, the numbers yesterday were unbelievable. What do you got coming up this weekend?
This weekend, we're going to be in the Evergreen Home Show. If anybody's bored out there and want to come up to the mountains a little bit, come up to Evergreen. It's right on the other side of the lake, and it's at the Evergreen High School. And we're there on Saturday from 10 to 5 and on Sunday from 10 to 3.
This is for, you know, how many contractors we have listening? A lot. I've talked to a lot, like K&H. I love K&H over there, Ted and the gang. They spend a lot of money on home shows, the big ones, the small ones. So that is a place where people come and meet you, but over the years, you've been doing this 20, 30 years, whatever, is it the investment for paying for the booth or the home show space, does it generally always pay off with the leads?
So we just started home shows like 2 years ago. I never did them before that.
That's it?
That's it. And we did do one, not the Denver one that lasts a week and both weekends. We only did the weekend one in Denver, and that's expensive. It's over $2,000.
What's your best advertising?
So right here.
Well, okay, fair enough. With the exception of this show,
right?
What is your best advertising?
I mean, really, I'm doing radio, and then now we're doing home shows. But I like the small neighborhood home shows
instead of the real big
We
ones.
did Highlands Ranch 2 weeks ago. It was great for us.
That's
and now we're
crazy.
going to be doing this Evergreen one, which I've done the Evergreen before, and I know a lot of people there because I live there.
I was tracking down a tiny house builder at that big one you're talking about.
Yeah, we were there at the big one.
That's right. I talked to him 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago.
Yeah, he didn't show up.
No, he rented, and, they're showing tiny homes. It wasn't a small area. It was like, oh, man, it was massive. As far as the home shows go, it's probably one of the largest areas you can purchase. He put down over $4 or $5 grand and didn't show up.
Right, because he had a big space.
Oh, yeah. He was a bad guy, though, man.
Right.
He was a bad guy. We had a lot of people out there looking for him. What's Ray's, Suzanne, what's Ray's comment on Patrick? I don't even know. Did you guys talk about Patrick today?
Yeah, he called in today asking about the promissory note and your all's thoughts on that. And Tom thought it was eloquent, simple, and it didn't charge interest, and so said it looked pretty good, and it was a nice deal.
I'll ask Ray what he's got to say about him, but I got to say, Tom's not here right now. He's probably listening, but Patrick drives me insane. I have never seen a kid with so many issues ever. It's just nonstop. Every single day, he sets himself up for failure. And I guess now there's something with... did he even mention the other thing, workman's comp today? Was that there?
He went to the doctor, and it's tendonitis. I don't think he's doing workman's comp, but I'm not sure. I don't want to misspeak on that.
But I thought he contacted a lawyer.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying, but it's always something. He was in a car contract, and he was going to pay too much. He needed help out of that. He got injured at work. He hasn't had a job. It's just one thing out of another. It's insane. Ray, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say that Patrick, he said he went to see McDivitt Law about a workman's comp claim.
Yeah.
So he probably doesn't want to sign that notary because he's not going to have the money. He's not going to have a job to pay it. He's going to lose his job.
I'll say this: I'm hoping he's not working in another 30 days in September, April, June, in another 4 days. Here's why.
He probably won't be.
Because I was going to give him $200.
Yeah, I know.
Mark, I was going to give him $200 if he could work 1 month through April.
1 month, and he's
on his way out. I got my fingers crossed. That sounds horrible. No, actually, I hope he would get his stuff together. Ray, you must have been following this saga of...
yeah, and I was going to suggest Union Pacific's advertising for beginner help for $60,000 a year, 18 and older.
Yeah.
But he'd never make it because all he needs is a disability claim for he don't have to work.
He got kicked out of... I think he got kicked out of the service. I'm not sure. I hate beating up... Thanks, Ray. I hate beating up on the kid, but I swear it's almost like he does it to himself. Hey, someone getting into your business right now, instead of going to college, if they had a... what do? What is a kid coming out to get into construction? It must be making good money now, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you...
But what do they do to learn? I mean,
Warren,
trade school?
Warren Tech, Red Rocks Community College, and I'm more familiar because that's on the west side of town. But, I mean, it's funny because we go to conferences like with roofers and siding, and we talk about how to get more people to do this work because we are short of good labor.
Huge.
And they need to get trained.
And what do they... Let's say...
Because everybody wants their kids to go to college, and I get that, but...
No, I'm not going to say I'm anti-college by any means.
No, I'm not either. I want my kids to go to college, don't get me wrong.
Okay, I agree and I disagree, and what I mean by is if your kids were better off, learning your trade and making more money and being happier, why? Why would you send them to college?
Right. And you know what? I can't convince any of them to come work for me now, though.
That's hard, though, working for a parent.
Yeah.
I did that for 3 months. That's about as long as that lasted.
Yeah.
All right, folks, don't forget, live at Troubleshooter.com. My name's Mark Major. We'll be back kicking butt tomorrow.
Know how to live longer and better? Well, the director of the Center for the Biology of Aging at Harvard Medical School says, quote, NAD is the closest we've gotten to a fountain of youth. NAD is one of the most important molecules for life to exist, close quote. And MIT's director of the Biology of Aging says that NAD is going to help people stay healthier and longer in life. NAD is a B vitamin that's critical to energy production. NAD clinics are now opening all across the country as the new go-to therapy to achieve mental clarity, higher energy, anti-aging, as well as for health issues, including addictions, Lyme disease, and many more. The Grossman Wellness Center now offers NAD as an IV therapy, which is the optimal way for the body to absorb NAD with the best results. Learn how NAD can improve your health with a free NAD consultation at Grossman Wellness through April. Call the Grossman Wellness Center at 303 303-233-4247 and learn how IV NAD can change your life. 303-233-4247 for your free consult.
It's time to join the millions of people using Zoom video conferencing. Turn any size conference room, huddle room, or executive office into a Zoom room with flawless HD video, crystal clear audio, and instant wireless sharing. It'll even work with your existing hardware. Start your meetings with a single touch or use Zoom's new voice command feature. Hey Zoom, start meeting. Huddle happy. Visit Zoom.us to set up your free Zoom room trial today. That's Zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
This is your station for the 16K a day giveaway. Coming up at 5 after the hour on KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station.